What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Spawncast episode. Evan, what episode is this?
This is 67.
67. All right, cool. We're getting there. All right, good. On our track for episode 100. It feels like actually a while from now. Still, when would that be? Would that be beginning of next year? Be 100?
I think so. We'd have to math it out and figure out something to do for it.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. We're waiting for OJ is also joining for PlayerEssence. He's behind a little bit, but he'll be joining us. But we do have one other guest with us tonight, Missclick. How are you doing tonight?
Hey guys, what's up? I'm great. How are you?
Good. We're very good tonight. We have a few things to talk about. Although I will say, news this past week has been kind of slower because we're just after E3, so there's not as much stuff that comes out. But there's still a few things to go over. Sean's here, of course. What's up, Sean?
What up?
Are you going to be eating tonight?
I actually just ate a turkey club like an hour ago.
So Doritos in like 20, 30 minutes?
I don't know. Like I bought some Rice Krispies. I haven't bought groceries this week because I was going out of town, and I hate buying groceries when I go out of town because all of them go bad or whatever. So I've just been Grubhubbing a lot.
Was that Turkey Club? I was going to say, was it from that gas station?
No, it was Grubhub. It was one of the 300 Pat's pizzas in the area.
Didn't know if you're taking a chance from that gas station, or is that just the gas station for cigarettes?
No, the gas station has burgers, chicken sandwiches. They got hot dogs, wings. They got cold sandwiches as well.
What is this,
salads.
No, it's just a gas station, which he's given high praise to every time we've been over there.
It's amazing. It's amazing stuff.
Just a regular.
It's kind of like a brand ambassador for them.
I should.
What's the gas station called?
It's a.
Doesn't even know the name.
I know it's a Shell station.
Okay.
Dine and Dash.
Dine and Dash. All right. Okay.
It's a series of. I think there's it's like a chain, like a retail chain.
Okay. And then Evan is with us again.
Yep.
Didn't have to work tonight. That's good.
No, I just got back from doing that all day thing at the comic book store.
Oh yeah, you were at was that just like where you could go and kind of set up a table, like an artist table, and sell stuff?
No one wanted me to draw stuff or anything. Just
how'd that go?
It's all right. Mostly just talk to people about future commissions they might want, but that's about it.
Is that just a bunch of artists can go and sell stuff there and everything?
Yeah, if they want, but it was just me today, just hanging out.
Did you take your you showed us one last week? Was that Spider-Man?
Yeah, those went. A couple people asking about prints for that, and I just finished my Doom one up there.
You have Doom.
Yeah, I mean, I can hopefully show it if this works. Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Nice.
is that Dr. Doom?
Yeah, it was super fun. Sentinel in the background, all that nonsense.
Wow.
Always busy, always busy.
That's the stuff you do on Twitch, right? You'll put those up on Twitch?
Yeah, once in a while.
Okay, cool. That's like when I see that you'll be like streaming, and you're streaming like you actually drawing this stuff and everything, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay, very nice. And then OJ's with us now. OJ, what's up, man?
How's it going?
Good. How's your week been, man?
It's been good. Octopath came out, so it's been a good week.
Yes, yeah, it came out. You got the Wayfarers edition too, right?
I did. Sexy.
Nice. Yeah, Amazon didn't get it to me till today, so they didn't get it to me yesterday, unfortunately.
Amazons are frauds. That's why.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna go on Amazon as much now. I was just happy because the Wayfarers edition went up. I think back up on the site like at the end of June, so I jumped on it then. But next time I'd go somewhere I can get to, like Best Buy or GameStop or something. I don't know. I'll have to, maybe Best Buy is the best place to go for that.
That's where I get all my stuff.
Yeah, they're a little further away. I gotta go up to the mall for that. Whereas GameStop is like 5 minutes from here.
That's right. You said you have a whole bunch around you or something?
I have like 5 GameStops around me. It's insane. And it's all within like 10 minutes. The mall for a while had like 2 of them, like in the same mall.
Wow.
So I don't know why. I think it was an EB Games, and when GameStop bought EB Games,
they had EB Games. They had like 2 other places as well, and then GameStop bought all of them, condensed them down into one store, and got rid of that store.
Yes. So eventually they got rid of them, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go to one of those. The one GameStop around here is actually pretty nice. They're good people there, so I don't mind going to them as much. But yeah, very good. So I guess we can talk about what we've been playing this past week. What's everyone been playing? What have we been up to?
I played Captain Toad. I played.
I did not get that yet. How is that? I mean, it's basically the Wii U game, right? Just on the Switch now with new levels.
Yeah, and if you buy the one of the Mario Odyssey amiibos, you can unlock the new levels right at the start. So
Nice.
I bought this specifically for that. Yeah, I've been playing that. I mean, I played it back in 2014 when it first came out, and I loved it. But I guess because it's been 4 years and I've played a million video games since then, like I forgot like a lot of things about the game and like how the game works and how it plays. So it almost feels like a new experience to me. And I happen to love the first game. And so, or the original release of it. So yeah, it's been good. I mean, it's enjoyable. I like the Odyssey levels as well. I'm calling bullshit on the whole, oh, you could beat the Odyssey levels in 5 minutes thing. Like, I mean, if you rush through it and don't get all the secrets in the level and like actually play the level like you're supposed to, like maybe, but I don't know. Like, I thought that was definitely sort of an overblown thing. But yeah, I've been playing that. Shining Resonance Refrain. I wanted to finish that review before I left, but it didn't happen. So I'm just gonna play it while I'm gone. And Fortnite.
That'll give you time to get through the game, though. I mean, I assume that's a longer game. You know, it's gonna take some time.
And it's kind of challenging. Like, it's not like I'd say the bosses are challenging more so than just the standard enemies. Like, you could just kind of breeze through. From what I've played so far, you could pretty much breeze through the standard enemies, and then when you get to a boss battle, you just get like your ass rocked, and it's like, what the fuck? So like, you got to go back and like grind a little bit.
They could put that on the back of the box.
Yeah,
just put like RGT85 next to it.
But I mean, it's a shame. It's honestly a shame because Shining Resonance Refrain released the same week as Octopath, so nobody's talking about it. And like, I've seen a lot of the reviews for it, and you know, they're like 7s and stuff like that.
Some people beat that game down, man.
I don't really know why. Like, if you like Ys 8, which everyone seemed to love, you'll like this game. There's a little too much dialogue for me. The game looks really clean on handheld or in docked mode. I've actually played it mostly handheld, and it's very, very clean. And the combat is just like Ys 8, except you could turn into a fucking dragon. And it's like, that's awesome. Like,
that happens at the end of the demo.
Can I intercede with my nerdy anime-ness here?
Go on.
Here's the main issue when you're comparing the two. Ys is a lot more fluid than Shining Resonance. Like, Shining Resonance, you can feel like that's like a PS3 game, you know?
Yes, and I'll agree.
Compared to Ys, which feels a lot more fluid, a lot more modern in its systems and mechanics. I think that would probably be what people are complaining about the most. Now, do I like the game? I absolutely like the game. I just had too much to play.
Yeah.
Does it? It looks better than Ys, though. I would assume, right?
Graphically,
visually. Ys looks kind of like a PS2 game sometimes. I'm looking around it, like the environments and stuff.
I would say it's sharper. Like, when you're playing in handheld mode, it's like, okay, this game looks very clean. You know, it's very sharp. There's no like blurry texture or blurry textures and shit like that. Like how the grass was in Ys 8, and sometimes the water in Ys 8. I would say it looks cleaner, but it does sort of also look like a PS3 game. So that way, that sort of, you know,
I actually been playing a lot of Ys 8 this past week.
It's also only
that game.
It's also only $45, so it's not even a full.
Did you get it? Did you get it physically?
I got it from Sega because Sega loves me.
See, I'd have a talk with that Sega Europe person.
I can put you on the guy.
No, they know me. They know me. I talk to them. Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. But I think I'm gonna get Yakuza on the PC from them and do a comparison.
You should.
Yeah. But hopefully Shenmue as well.
Oh yeah, I already put in my.
I'm looking at Shining Resonance, but man, I gotta tell you, Octopath came out, and let me ask you this, Sean: are you one of those people that didn't buy Octopath this week?
I am.
How do I boot Sean from the call? All right, so Sean, tell me why you didn't buy it yet.
We talked about this. Like, I think it's a really good looking game. I think it's a very fun game, but it's like, if I buy it right now, it's literally just going to sit there because I have to get through Shining Resonance Refrain. I want to do a review on that. So it's like, I could buy it now or I can just wait. You know,
so that's what happened with you in God of War 3.
But
God of War, I had to drive you to GameStop, point it out, and then push you to the counter with it to buy God of War.
But I eventually bought God of War. I eventually bought Fire Emblem Warriors. I will get around to Project Octopath. It's just, I don't know. It's not super high on my list right now.
That's fine. That's fine. I would at least. That's a game I would get physically. By the way, surprisingly, it's actually selling out a lot of places.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, it's
Doing
surprising.
really well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and take credit for all that, for like my 500 videos that I've made on the on the game. So I'll take credit for that. Thank you.
It's moving well. It is. It was definitely selling out in Japan, and I think it's selling out around here because my Walmart didn't have any. But they had like the they had like the little spot where it should go. And they had that up, but they didn't have any copies of it. So I actually went out looking for the Wayfarers edition after Amazon.
You know what would be interesting? If we could actually get some stats on how old people are, what's the average age of people buying this game?
Demographics.
It's probably people like me, like in your early 30s.
Yeah, like I would
looking
really
for
like
that Final Fantasy 6, type game.
I swear I was talking about this on my podcast today. I had like a flashback of like me and my brother when we were younger, because my brother's about 6 years older than me, and I had like a flashback, like when I was playing it by myself. I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like it was like back then when we were playing Final Fantasy 6. Yep. Like I was like, oh my god, I got like nostalgic. It was awesome when I was playing it. So it's cool.
That's awesome.
Yep. It kind of I had that flashback to when I was playing Earthbound back in the day. Yeah. Just because not the tone obviously, but just because of the way it felt and played.
Yeah.
But I played through Final Fantasy 3 a couple times. Back then, you only got one game every 6-7 months.
Man, you'd be happy with that game too.
Yeah,
I got my game. Woo!
Yeah. So yeah, it does feel like that. I will say that, Sean. If you like those kind of games, you probably would like Octopath, but it's going to take up some
time. Oh, I do, and it's just like that's another thing. It's like time. Like there's never enough time.
Yeah,
when you're going on vacations all the time. I mean, yeah, man. Like, you're constantly going on vacations. It seems like there might not be enough time for stuff.
Oh, that's right. Technically, we're going on another vacation a month from now.
That's work.
Is it? Are you sure that's work? It doesn't feel.
You're recording. You posting about that? You're gonna do stuff with it.
I hope Nintendo Directs happen every time you go on vacation. I am hoping that happens to you every time.
I am doing a video while I'm on vacation. I'm going to a retro game store and filming there. And
I want to see that. I always talked about it. Like that would be a really cool series to do. Like just travel around the U.S. and or even the world and just go to retro game stores and film.
Yes, it's going to be a really cool video. Something very different than what's usually on the channel. Like it'll actually be well edited and like I'll actually I'm actually gonna put time into it. Like I'm bringing my laptop with me so I can edit it when I'm hanging out.
You're gonna use the cut tool in Adobe Premiere. This is
I don't care what anybody says. Sean has the best channel on YouTube. I don't care about your editing. Your Nintendo Labo video sealed it for me that you have the best channel on YouTube.
If you guys saw the amount of editing Sean would do, you would be amazed. I will say that.
Yeah.
He's very good at doing a lot in like a quick, like in a full take and everything. You don't get tongue tied very often. So
no, if I do, I won't even make the video because I'll get too pissed off. Seriously, like I feel like this is getting off topic, but I feel like if I can't do a video in like one shot, or at least maybe make one mistake and then pick up where I left off, it's like, do I even know enough about what I'm talking about to
good point.
Video
That's
on it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's just how I feel sometimes.
Completely different from me. I feel like Porky Pig during my videos at times, man. I'd be having to cut. Anyway. Brother Pig over here. I'm good.
I see Black Metal Gamer. I see you there. We're gonna do any super chats or any questions. We're probably gonna do later on in the show just to keep on track here with our stuff. So thank you though. We will read those out later on. So what else we've been playing? We just talked to Sean. I know Octopath is in there. We're actually gonna talk to Octopath at least a little bit about it after this. But what else everyone been playing? I was playing 20XX. I don't know if anybody else played that. That was actually sent over and I checked that out because I'm getting excited for Mega Man X Legacy Collection. So I had to play 20XX just to do that. But I'm going to be checking out the X Legacy Collection 1 and 2. But 20XX is fun. What else everyone been playing?
Hand of Fate too? I know you said, like, Evan, you've been playing that too a little bit?
Yep, playing Hand of Fate.
It's interesting, huh?
I mean, we can... technically,
we're under.
No, but if you think about the NDA, like the game's been out forever. We can't talk about how it
about
performs.
the PC version. Yeah.
The game's a fantastic hybrid of tabletop and gaming. They do great work at making those two work, and I've always loved that about that series. So it's definitely good.
Your review's up on the 16th, Evan, right? That's Monday. Yeah. Evan's review up is on Monday for that on the Switch version. But you've played it thoroughly on the PC.
Yeah, I've already played it. I've played the first and second one on PC because it was a great game.
Yeah, when they reached out, I was like, well, this is Evan's game right here. He can do this. Like you've played it already. So it was interesting though. But yeah, Evan's review will be out then. I don't know how OJ, how much I guess you could talk about the game itself and not as much.
Yeah, like I said, I can't talk too much, but yeah, man, I just started. It's very interesting because I'm not usually playing these type of games, so it's kind of cool to step out of my comfort zone and kind of play something different. So I'll be streaming it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have a full review, but I'll be once we can put up stuff, I'll be streaming it and letting you guys decide whether you guys feel it's worth it or not. So you guys can watch me play it. But yeah, I've been playing it so far, and it's interesting. It's a different type of game that you don't see on the Switch. Like it's definitely unique compared to what else is on there, especially eShop games. Like there's not a lot of other games like this on the Switch. So it's cool that it even came like a surprise announcement like last week, right? They just like out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere. It was like it's coming to the Switch.
Yeah.
I did get that the press release. I did see that show up actually the day before they announced it. So I technically knew it was happening. But yeah, when I got that email, I was like, really? Okay. And they were like, we're gonna announce it tomorrow. Don't say okay, yeah, that's fine. But yeah.
I want to interject real quick. I don't know how breaking this is, but it looks pretty new. Kirby Star Allies is getting revamped Kirby 64 Crystal Shard stages as part of a free update.
Oh,
that's cool.
I saw that on Twitter.
That's when did that just go up today?
They just post that?
Yeah. It'll be available July 27th. That's pretty legit.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so they're gonna pull from the 64 version that a lot of people probably didn't play.
I love that game.
That game was I've rented that game actually a lot, believe it or not.
It's good.
That's a cool idea. I guess it's a free update. They're doing a lot of free updates, I think, for that game. Yeah.
Yeah, free update. It'll have 2 new characters, Adeline and Ribbon from Kirby 64 Crystal Shards, and some new levels from Kirby 64.
Interesting.
Awesome.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Just to see.
I will revisit those.
That game was just really easy. That's all.
Yeah,
they do need to add more content. They need more content for tennis badly.
A lot more content for
that's
tennis.
what I've been playing, to be honest.
A lot more
Online
controls.
What, dude? That's what I've been playing this past. Well, we've been playing. We've been going through Wind Waker HD on stream, which has been cool because I got the Wind Waker edition for the Wii U when I had bought it, but then Hyrule Warriors came out, so all my time went to that guy. And then I finally decided to go back to play Wind Waker HD, and it's cool going back because I played it so much on the GameCube, but seeing everything like new scenes or new cutscenes like brought to life with the HD graphics. It's been really, really cool. But yeah, Aces, dude, besides the new Fortnite season, I've been going back and forth on playing Aces because I'm bound and determined to beat people who play Bowser Jr. because you are a piece of crap. You are
Bowser Jr. is too strong.
Yeah,
He's too strong.
Piece of crap.
He's getting like banned from like tournament play and stuff. I think.
He's essentially the Bayonetta.
I think it's retribution for how trash Bowser Jr. is in Smash Brothers. So I think it's like a balancing act that we're doing because Bowser Jr. is horrible in Smash Brothers. Bowser Jr. is a really bad character in Smash Brothers. So
I usually play as Waluigi.
Arm span. He's not as bad. He can get knocked back. So yeah.
Yeah, Bowser. If you run up against someone like that, they'll just be on you.
Yeah,
they'll just take you down. Yeah. I want them to add more to. They just need more for Aces. I don't know. I feel like I'm not doing anything in the game anymore.
Are you winning? Are you winning tournaments?
Unlocking. I mean, you win occasionally. You know, you lose some, you win. So I don't do all I do like the simple one where you don't have all the fancy.
Dude,
stuff.
I'm super competitive, so I'm like I must win.
I want them to add more to the online. I want them to add the ability to pick offline. You know how long the game is, how many sets.
Yeah, that was one of the things you and I found when we were playing together. You have no control over set type. It's either long or short.
How about local?
Yeah, like you can't choose like say Evan and I are playing. I'm like, we want to do best of 3 sets, 6 games. You know, you can't do that. It's weird. It's very weird. Like every tennis game, I've played a lot of tennis games on the different systems, and recently they haven't had many good ones. And I saw this and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great, but there's just so much stuff you can't do. It was weird. There's so much stuff you can't do in that game. And then the single player was bad too. I was surprised about the single player.
Yeah, I wasn't really looking forward to that, dude. But what was I gonna say? The being able to have multiplayer with the duos, the 2v2, is actually really freaking fun. It's kind of tilting sometimes because of all the body shots and friendly fire and stuff, but it can get pretty hectic. So it's nice to listen to people yell and scream at each other after a while of not having that. So
yeah, no, the gameplay in the game is great. I just want them to do what they're doing with like Splatoon, just keep adding more and more and more.
Right, yeah.
Splatoon's had a lot of stuff added to it as we go along. So I would like to go back to it. They did add that Koopa character, but you unlock them by just playing one game.
You don't have to win or lose, just play.
So I would like to see one that they make semi-difficult to get. Maybe you got to win like 3 games in a row to get somebody or something.
Or win a tournament. Like, dude, that would make a character really rare.
Yeah, just make it so that you you got to win a tournament, and that's how you get Waluigi in the Smash. Yeah. Oh man, that's messed up.
Trying to intentionally trigger me here. Okay, I see what's going on. Oh man, I got into a battle with some Waluigi fans. They were this channel's trash. How dare you?
Thanks to Core Dream Studios and Leo Aguilar. We'll read those super chats probably in about an hour or so before we leave. We'll go through some of those questions and everything. Thanks, guys. So Evan, what have you been playing, man?
Octopath, of course, Hand of Fate, but then mostly been sticking to fight games, going back to Street Fighter V a little bit. Picked up Koihime Enbu Ryo Rai, which just dropped on Steam. It was
what did you say?
Yeah, I know you have no idea what I just said.
I don't know what that is.
It's a pretty good fighting game, similar to how the Vanguard Princess was, but Vanguard Princess doesn't have online. This one does. And it's got an interesting function for controls I kind of like, but might be playing it a little more. Don't know.
With that fight stick? The WASD fight stick?
I've been using it for everything at this point. It's just feels great.
Okay. You got an adapter that works on your Switch too, right? And then probably work on the PS4 also then.
Yeah. Well, it works on PS4 automatically. It's made for PS4.
Yeah.
Then I just unplug it or just plug it into the adapter, use it for the Switch, and no lag. I've been playing cross tag with it occasionally. So
Okay. Very good. And then I think that's everyone, right? What we've been playing. So we want to talk Octopath for a little bit here because I think like half the panel hasn't played Octopath yet. But we can go over it quickly. I've played about 2 hours of the retail game, and then I played the demo, the 3-hour demo twice, and then I played the original demo, I think twice. But so far so good. I started as the warrior. Actually started up the retail game like straight up. I didn't carry over my demo at all. I wanted to start it fresh to see how everyone else was going to try it. Just because we're going to review it and everything. So I started with the warrior. I've been playing through that. I did some grinding for about half an hour just to get going. It's Octopath. The thing about this is we've played a lot of it already, so it's not like if we hadn't played any of it, it would be probably really amazing right now. But we've played a lot of it, so I'm just working through it now. But I like it. I actually turned the HD Rumble back on for this game to try it out, just because I read some stuff in their press release that they used a lot of the HD Rumble for different things, and it works well. Usually I turn Rumble off just because I'm used to it from my Halo days. You always turn the Rumble off, so I always do that. I still play because I switch between.
It's so weird to me. I have to have Rumble.
I switch between Halo and that I play Halo like every night or every other night usually. Halo 5, and then I'll jump on to something else.
Is that just because everything's blowing up all the time, so it's just constantly shaking?
You would always turn off back when we did Halo 3, like mildly competitive. You always turn Rumble off just so it wouldn't mess with your aim at all, just in case something happens around you. So I always turn off Rumble in every game now because of that. I just used it.
That's interesting. So
I turned it back on in Octopath, and also when I'm playing in handheld mode at night, sometimes it'll make noise, when it rumbles, something like that. So I'll just turn it off, but I turned it back on, and it feels pretty good. I don't know, the HD Rumble is pretty good for that. I was surprised, they try to do different things. I noticed when you sell stuff, it tries to do that too. I guess it's trying to make it feel like you're getting money or something. But when you break people, it does it and everything. And visually it looks good. So I'm playing on a 4K monitor, and it still looks pretty good from a 1080 image on it. So I'm happy with it. What are you thinking so far, Evan, OJ?
Yeah, man. I just kind of share the same thing. I'm in love with the HD Rumble. I think it's phenomenal. Although I noticed that the HD Rumble is better in the Joy-Cons than the Pro Controller. I noticed or feel better, or whatever the case is. So I use the Joy-Cons split now. So that's cool. Yeah, and it does feel like the coins like drop as like you're paying for like stuff or selling. That's awesome. I like the like when you break like the HD Rumble is amazing in the game. I think it's really good, but I'm a huge fan of HD Rumble. So had a lot of fun playing that. Like I said, I put like I don't know how many hours have I put in with all the demos and everything. I put like 20 hours into this game or something like that.
Damn.
But I'm just going through. Started with the waifu Ophelia first. Started with her because she's amazing. She looks cool. So I started with her, and then I ran into the Hanit girl, and she's kind of overpowered. Like she's like an amazing character in that game. Like you can clearly say once you start using her, she's like the hunter. Like she can just do a lot of stuff. Like she just does a lot of things. Like I said,
play the mini Pokemon game with her, capturing them up.
Yeah. You have the little, and then like you can use them, and then she can use various different weapons, and then she has like a beast that can do different types of attacks. Although you can't pick which one, she can do different type of attacks to break enemies. I mean, she's just really good. She can heal herself. Just a lot of stuff that she can do. So she's really good. So
what do you think of that special edition?
I think it's one of the greatest things that I've ever laid my eyes on.
You like it? Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was creative. They used they made it into a pop-up book.
What did yours smell like? Because I was telling my users that it smelled like old chocolate and Starbucks. So,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not smell it.
Okay, you did it?
Okay. That didn't cross my mind.
Dude, if you smell the bug, you just like it just has a really weird smell to it. I thought you would have noticed it.
Nah, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't notice it. I don't know.
Like, no, you weirdo! I'm not gonna have you back on.
I think it's a really cool idea to do that pop-up book thing. I thought that was really neat because it actually mimics the visual style of the game itself really well. I was honestly, when I saw it, it's like 8 pages or something.
Yeah.
And some of them are pretty intricate. You open it up and the whole thing like pops open. And it's like there's a lot of stuff going on there. It's pretty cool. I was a little surprised with when I was opening it up. They came with a coin, a medallion. That's actually pretty heavy. I'm not really sure what it's made out of. It might just
like the Sheikah one.
Just lead. Just don't like
maybe
it.
Just like an aluminum. But it's good for being $40 more. I think it's actually one of those few collector's editions that's actually worth it, and it does come with a full soundtrack. Well, it's like 14 tracks. So I think each character has their own song, and then they have some of the battle music. If there was one thing I think they absolutely should have included in it, and they didn't, which is kind of disappointing, is an art book.
Yeah, there's no art book with it, huh?
Yeah, but like, and you look around at a lot of the stuff. Some of those like concept art and the artwork they put around is really nice looking. I can't believe that they didn't kind of work that into a book and put it in there as well.
I feel like you guys got a pop-up book and that's it.
Yeah, I feel like it might be trying to drop like a real well-bound, purchase it later kind of art book for it. Just
some of that artwork they've put out is amazing.
I don't remember. Did we get one with Xeno? Because I have the collector's edition of Xeno, but I don't remember if we got an art book with it or not.
I'm trying to remember. I don't have I have that digitally when Nintendo sent it. I don't think I didn't go out and get the collectors. I have to double check that.
I have it and I don't know. I think we did.
you know what's one thing I wish they would do? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but they did it. One of my favorite things that I loved from Wii era when Skyward Sword came out is they had the special gold Wiimote. I wish they had like special edition in bundles of controllers, Joy-Cons or controllers. Like that would be really cool. Or even just a skin, like if they did skins for them. But I would be like, if Zelda came out and they had gold Joy-Cons or a gold freaking Pro controller with the bundle, shoot, I'd drop that. I'd drop money on that so fast. Or Splatoon. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I would. That would be cool if they did that kind of added Joy-Con. Which one do they give you though? The left one or the right one?
Both.
Both of them? Man, that's
double.
Expensive. Yeah, that's expensive.
There'd be a special edition for the right one and a special edition for the left. You'd have to buy them both.
Nintendo's like, you can pay for a download code to get this game with the special edition.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see a special edition Switch with Pokemon though. I'd be surprised at that.
Which one?
I wouldn't be surprised if the Japanese ones were way better than the ones we get.
I think they would have to do at least a Pikachu one. They could probably do both, but I think Pikachu is the one that's easy, all yellow or something. I don't know. But they could get away with that. Like actually make the Switch itself like a different color.
That'd be cool. Oh, dude.
People would buy that. Yes. A lot of people would buy that. I would look into that. Just because it's one of those collectors. Like they only have 3 of those Labo ones. And I feel like those are going to actually be pretty expensive down the road. Like whoever gets them is going to actually have like thousands of dollars worth of a Switch basically. But Octopath is good. What do you think, Evan?
For the game, it's playing well so far. I'm okay with it. I like the difficulty curve, kind of kicking you in the ass occasionally, bringing you back to the old school JRPGs of having to grind.
Yeah, start grinding. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, start grinding, my guys.
Yeah, it started with the knight just because it was fun. Did you say you started with him too, or you said the warrior?
I started with the warrior.
All right, yeah. I started with the knight. I picked up Primrose, and I'm going to the alchemist, then to the thief. But I'm liking it so far because it kind of doesn't hold your hand as to where to go. It lets you kind of know where your next quest is and lets you know about what level you're going to want to be to do it. So past that point, you're just wandering around finding cool little dungeon areas that you try to take on, which is fun. It has a little bit of the air of the first Wild Arms, the whole meeting everyone at some point to build your team. I kind of like that because it gives everyone a little bit more breathing room for their own backstories, which is nice. But yeah, I've only put like a couple hours into it. I'm gonna keep going with it.
Yeah, we got to work through it. I think it's gonna be a much better conversation, like down the road when we've all finished it. So we can kind of look back on it because from what I've heard from people who have finished it that I've talked to, some of the stories are actually pretty mature in theme and kind of if everyone played Lost Odyssey, some of those stories were really good, very dark, and apparently some of the stories in this game are kind of like that too.
I mean, even the Primrose opening story is dark. Just her basic story.
So I think it's gonna be good. It's definitely geared more towards adults, as the people who have made it said that it is. It's a game they wanted to play. So I'm looking forward to playing more of it. It's just gonna take time. This game's like 80 hours long, apparently.
Damn.
So it's gonna be. I mean, it's worth the 60, I guess. Then, if you're an RPG fan, so good to know I bought a game that's gonna last a while. And I want to check that optional dungeon at the end that has like this big boss, apparently. So that should be.
I know you want to move on. Would you say it's therapeutic in a way? I just feel like it's a really chill game, like something I should play in personal time.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, honestly, even the grinding's not bad because they add in kind of that Bravely Default mechanic. OJ, you know what I'm talking about, right? Where you can kind of take in that case you take future turns, but this one you kind of build up the ability to hit extra times.
You can go Super Saiyan, then go Super Saiyan God, then hit someone 4 times. Yep.
So even further and even further.
Yeah, even the grinding isn't too bad. And honestly, they even broke down the experience a bit. Like to level up like the first time, you need like 8 or 10 experience points or something. So they've even kind of lowered that a bit, so you don't have massive stat points and stuff. I don't know. I guess it is kind of you can kind of just hang out and grind away, and it's
cool. The battle system is less. You can't do like Bravely Default. Like you can actually default like past. Like you can lose turns. Like if you really need to. Like this one they didn't do that. But yeah, I like what they did with the battle system. And yeah, you can just play and chill. Like it's a really chill game to just kind of roll through.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's a little weird for the balance of picking up new heroes because my knight was like level 10 by the time I started the Primrose mission, and you just ripping through that thing easy until you get to the boss, and it's kind of a fight. But the rest of the world seems like it's balanced out to the point where there still are just zones you cannot go to.
Yeah. Matthew Campos, we're actually going to talk about those Nintendo Direct rumors pretty soon, actually, because some of them are kind of interesting now. So yes, Octopath. Octopath is good. If you're wondering, if you're a fan of RPGs, it's probably worth the $60 just because it looks like you're going to get your time out of it. So I'm enjoying it. I've maybe 2 hours into it so far, unfortunately, because it just came today. So I'll be playing it more throughout the week, and Evan and I will work to get a review out too.
Yep.
But we need to get like 80 to 100 hours in because that'll probably end up being the title. Octopath Traveler after like 100 hours, something like that. So yes, it'll be good. Cool. So we went over everything there. Do we want to jump into the Nintendo Direct rumors now? We'll go over that because it's kind of interesting, I guess, what happened here. Because it's weird what they're talking about, because I'm pretty sure that they have some real information and then they just threw in a bunch of fake information as well. But OJ, I know you covered this a lot on your channel, right?
Unfortunately.
No. Why do you say unfortunately?
People get all crazy with these rumors, man. Like people act. That's when you drop the video, you just run. You know what I'm saying? You run away from your computer because people get crazy, man. So that's why I say unfortunately.
Oh man, were they fighting it out in the comments or just kind of?
Yeah, it was a battle royale.
Okay.
Oh god.
Like not anything malicious. Obviously, my community is not malicious.
Yeah.
It was just people were just like this and this and this and man. It's just funny how the rumors starts, and there's people that say, "Why are you making videos on rumors?" And I'm like, "Why are you clicking on the video?" Like,
people say that.
Yes, people say that. Why are you making videos on 4chan? And I'm like, "Why are you? Don't click on the video if you don't like it."
Memold, I see you. Thank you. And then Hassam Hussein, 20 Canadian, but no message. Thank you. You can leave a message in the chat, and we'll put that in the hopper for at the end when we go through the questions and everything. I'm sure Evan can spot that in the chat when we're going through here. But thank you. So the direct rumor is interesting because it was posted on the 10th of July, so 4 days ago. Before that Funko rumor or that Funko announcement, right, OJ?
Yay.
It was before the Funko announcement that happened, and they said that was going to happen. Funko is making Mario, Pokemon, and Zelda-themed Funko Pops, and we saw that picture of a Pikachu one, right? The one that looked really dead in the eyes, and it was like staring at the camera.
Yep.
The pop stuff is crazy, man. I don't know. Some people covered like their whole walls with them, and it's just some of those pops look terrifying if you like stare at them. And if you go down that rabbit hole, you're gonna be collecting forever. I don't think there's an end to that. I don't think.
It's kind of like Amiibo though, in a way. Yeah, just way more expensive.
Also, I do want to know.
know.
I'm looking down this list right now. Yes, yeah. I'm looking down this list, and there is actually a couple of things that are correct on this list that actually has not been announced at all yet. I'm a little surprised. But I'm noticing some stuff that I haven't heard of, so I think some of it's fake too. I think there's real stuff in here. I think there's fake stuff, but there is some stuff in here that is
same. That's pretty much what I said.
Yeah, there's some stuff. There's some stuff in here that's actually real.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I said
no
I'm covering
one
this
has said
because
anything
there's some real. There is some stuff, but you just don't know what. Like I said, like the fake stuff. It's like, could it be fake? Could it not be? Like, what's going on here? You know, like
I can tell you,
I'm calling bullshit on Mortal Kombat X, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Fallout 76.
Are you?
I
Yes.
wouldn't. All right, so one thing I wouldn't, Sean. I would throw Mortal Kombat away right away.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
I'll say that. I wouldn't throw Mortal Kombat away right away.
I wouldn't throw Mortal Kombat away. And I'm only going to say this just because Ed Boon has been very like, yeah, it could happen. Like he's been very nonchalant about it.
Well, I'll say it doesn't necessarily need to be Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I mean, it could be another realm. It could be like another realm game. I mean, it could be something else from that.
Yeah,
So.
but I wouldn't throw them away, NetherRealm away. To be honest, maybe Mortal Kombat, not necessarily NetherRealm.
Fallout
76
Mother
is the one that
3D. Mother 3D. Get the fuck out of here.
let me go down this list a minute here. Actually, you know what? I could probably just put it up on screen, I guess. Or I could just read it.
Well, when I got to the Mother 3D one, I was just like, "Oh, Lord, help me!" Because after I put that joke about Reggie, and people were crazy. I'm like, "Y'all don't remember the Reggie joke? Reggie, give us Mother 3. How about this?" Like, apparently nobody remembers that joke, and people got all crazy. So I was a little worried about talking about that.
Okay, so I have it up there now. So there's a lot of stuff on here. There is the direct is going to start with Funko. Apparently it's happening July 22nd. The problem with that is that's a Sunday.
Yeah.
Which is I don't know if they're going to do one on Sunday. I'll tell you guys that now. 30-minute direct. There's a lot of stuff to fit into 30 minutes too, by the way. They have Mario Maker for Switch. I think Mario Maker coming over eventually is obvious. I think that's one that they could just put out whenever too. Yeah, that took over Twitch for a while.
Yeah, that's one of the things I know a lot of people are saying. Smash and Mario Maker are two of the things leaving me holding on to my Wii U. So
yeah. Is that it? Is that the last thing left for the Wii U?
Pretty much.
The Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Is Mario Maker the last thing left for the
Wii? Like you can count the number of people who bought that game like in this podcast.
I didn't buy it, but
he bought 5 copies. That's it.
Nintendo gave me a copy, but I bought the special edition of it, and man, that game really unlocked my inner weeaboo. It was great. It was fantastic. I loved it.
Oh, they didn't bring over Devil's Third yet. Okay, we'll wait for that then.
It's on Steam now. It's on
online
Steam now.
The disconnected online to where you can't even play the game on Wii U online anymore.
Oh man!
Did you see that fake Devil's Third game that came out from like the same studio?
What? No, I didn't hear about that.
Oh, what the fuck was it called? Rock Shot. It's a game called Rock Shot. It came out in June, and it's from a subsidiary of Valhalla Game Studios, and it's literally Devil's Third, like literally Devil's Third online.
Wow, what is that? Is that the one on Steam?
Yeah,
interesting. I'm gonna have to look at that just to see what it's like. Trailer for new Super Mario Bros. Switch game is show titled New Super Mario world. Every level is painted in the way that 5-1 and New Super Mario Bros. That is oddly specific. I'm gonna tell you guys that now. That is oddly specific for being completely correct. That is some very good knowledge of a game. I think they might have gone a little too far with that description. But New Super Mario Bros. Switch, sure, I guess it makes sense. I guess Mario Odyssey DLC is shown next with a new world being Delfino Island for Mario Sunshine.
Yes.
I mean, does everybody want Mario Sunshine in Mario Odyssey?
I would love it. I feel like it needs more love.
I still need to get my Mario Odyssey stuff back, my information, but I would actually play back through it again just for that DLC.
Yeah.
Just because I like Mario Sunshine so much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is interesting. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the final bit of Mario content shown as DLC is shown. They just told us that more content is coming for Mario Kart like 2 days after this went up, right?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Oh, well, there you go. Okay, so they had that at least guessed right. But they are saying that there's new DLC includes 2 new cups, 2 new battle tracks, 6 new characters, and they really go again into a lot of detail here.
Yeah.
But they were at least correct with that. Mother 3D is the one that I that sounds like somebody who is like, I'm gonna throw this in here and see how many people believe it. It's a remake of Mother 3 with 3D graphics, full dialogue, cutscenes, amiibos, Lucas. Okay, yeah, and then they have other characters, including Duster. The problem with Mother is there's some stuff that I don't think Nintendo of America wants to get into necessarily when they bring it over. Mostly, I think the biggest thing that they're concerned about are the transgender characters that are in the game.
But you had Birdo.
Go look at the sprites for the characters that they're terrified of right now.
So maybe that might lend credence more towards the 3D remaster, because if you're gonna have to get rid of them anyway or alter it anyway.
That's what so this is a theory I've had about Mother for a long time. Is I don't think they would just bring Mother over as it is. I think they would have to do a big overhaul of it to eliminate that section of the game. And I know there'd be a bunch of. Are you laughing at Sean's Birdo?
He's dying, man.
I mean, it was. Birdo was. It was in the instruction book.
There's not a comparison here, dude. You're talking about some weird animal.
No, man. I treat. I mean, so wait. So like Toad is like a person.
Toad is like a person.
Yeah,
dude, you're amazing.
Sean, that's your new T-shirt. I'm doing this.
like you got Toad and Toadette, right? And they obviously have sexes. They obviously walk upright. They eat food. They hunt treasure. That's pretty personal.
Literally trying to. Okay. My bad, dude.
Knights is an androgynous character. Knights is not a boy or a girl. It's an androgynous character. And Knights was on the Wii. Journey of Dreams. Excellent game.
So there are some themes in Mother that I don't think they want to bring over straight up. They'd have to remake it or do something to it. And I feel like the purists would get mad, but the purists would not get mad if it was a full remake, because they'd be happy to have it. But maybe that's why Reggie keeps saying, talk to me later. Maybe they really are remaking it in the background and it's not ready, or they keep working on it or something. I don't know. But that would be funny. That would be funny if that actually happened. I don't know. That sounds too much like a fan was like, oh, this would be cool. Let's put that in there with this real information. Then they talk about Mortal Kombat X, Kingdom Hearts 3, Fallout 76. I would be absolutely shocked if Kingdom Hearts 3, and then they also talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'd be absolutely shocked if they showed either of those, because Square Enix cannot seem to keep on a schedule ever. I can't believe they even mentioned Final Fantasy VII Remake with what that's gone through. Because it's been ugly with that. But Fallout 76, I don't know about that either.
No, no. It's an online only next gen game that would have taken a lot of time, I feel, to get running on.
I think it's been in development for a long time too,
right,
especially since it's coming out this year.
Exactly.
And it's Bethesda, so they take a while with their games most times. I don't know. I Kingdom Hearts 3 I'd be shocked of too, just because of how much development that game's gone through. That's a game I could see coming out on the Switch like a year after the other versions come out. Just because they wouldn't have to be working on it anymore. They could work on the Switch version.
Well, I feel like they'd have the bundle first.
They could do a bundle.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat X was interesting also. That's the one you didn't think would be there, right, Sean?
No, I mean that would make the most sense out of all of them.
Okay. I could see Injustice going to the Switch instead, but that's me.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Injustice show up.
The first or the second?
The second.
That'd be cool because I never played that. I only played the first one and I liked it.
Yes, don't be surprised if Injustice shows up. I'll say that.
Wow.
Minecraft, sure. Yeah, why not? I don't. Minecraft is big, and obviously Mario has been in it. Zelda, sure, why not? It's a Switch version. It would get a lot of people buying it just for that Zelda version. That DLC, I guess, would be added to it. Star Fox Racing, I think we all pretty much know that's happening. It's just we're waiting for it to be revealed. Logan the Ninja, I see you there. We're gonna answer the questions in a little bit, probably about 45 minutes from now. Star Fox Racing, we all pretty much know that's happening. I would like to see it revealed sooner rather than later, especially if it's an early 2019 title. They have to do it soon, I think. Mega Man 11, sure. I could see them doing something like putting Proto Man Base and Roll in there. Pokemon Let's Go trailer revealing some of the locations like Pallet Town, Lavender Town, Saffron City, and Lieutenant Surge's Gym. There was something interesting about this line here. They didn't say, they skipped Cerulean City, and we just had a trailer yesterday or the day before that showed Cerulean City, but none of those. And that was really weird. So that's something else that I don't know why they wouldn't have thrown that in there otherwise. So maybe they knew something about that too. Anything else on this list other than Final Fantasy VII Remake that's crazy? Everything else on here looks pretty. That's the other one. Cuphead. Cuphead.
Isn't the contract
not
still like?
It's not coming to Nintendo Switch.
Okay,
There's no way.
wait, you missed the most bizarre thing on the damn list.
What's that?
Doshin the Giant HD.
That's. I think that's a joke. I think that's a joke in here. I don't think that's real.
They put it on there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's another one I saw, and I was like, they're not bringing that over. That's not happening. No one's going to know what that is.
He got so excited.
Here's the funny thing. When I did my video, I was like, Doshin the Giant HD, buddies, Pool Panic, Camp. What the hell is this shit? It's all made up. I've never heard of these. People were like, oh, no, some of those are real games.
Pool Panic, Adult Swim Games sent me a thing for Pool Panic in the mail.
What that is.
I took a picture of it and put it on Twitter. Didn't you see that? They sent me a whole thing on it.
Now I remember it. Yeah, when I made the video, I just thought those names were so shitty. Like Camp, Pool Panic, Buddies, Doshin the Giant.
Came out yesterday. People like Owlboy's been out for a while.
Yeah, Owlboy has been out for a while.
Yeah. Cuphead, I don't see Cuphead showing up though. The team behind Cuphead is too into the Microsoft. They've pretty much said that they're always going to be on Microsoft's platform because Microsoft helped them so much.
Kind of sucks though. I feel like Cuphead would do really well on the Switch.
It would, but I mean, I think it's done well as it is on Steam and everything else. But it would do well. It would run fine on the Switch. But I feel like Microsoft would have to do something. They'd have to let that one go, and I don't know if they would want that.
No.
I mean, maybe I don't know. They were taken care of by Microsoft. Microsoft's not even going to let them go. I'm surprised Microsoft hasn't tried to buy them, to be honest. With how they were buying everybody,
right? Exactly.
Studio MDR or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know why they didn't buy. They bought everybody but them. It was weird. But I mean, I guess Microsoft lets Minecraft on everything. So maybe Cuphead's just weird. I wouldn't see that one going to others. Final Fantasy VII Remake, by the way, at this point I would just want to see it actually be shown again
on anything.
On anything, yeah. Like they're talking about it going to the Switch. It's possible way down the line, but like I gotta see that thing even running. I gotta see if that thing's even still in existence right now. Out of that or Kingdom Hearts 3, Kingdom Hearts 3 is probably more likely than Final Fantasy VII Remake right now.
Yeah, I would agree.
All of that in 30 minutes. That's a lot of stuff to show in 30 minutes, by the way.
So, well, I mean, they're not showing Mother 3D and Doshin the Giant HD.
So that they want to show all of that in 30 minutes on a Sunday. On a Sunday. No, I can't see that. I just don't see that happening. Anyway, is there anything on here? You guys actually think a direct is coming even at the end of July? Or I thought these directs, especially one this size, would take place like last year. It took place at the beginning of September.
I was gonna say September. Yeah.
I think it could happen just because of overreactions to E3 and stocks shit, you know.
Think they could change their plans a bit?
Yeah, maybe they
Or
want to
just speed things up.
Maybe they split it up. Maybe they do like a mini, like a one mini, like none at this point, then do like a bigger one later. Like maybe they do something like that, you know?
Yeah, you're right. They could do that. Like this could be all information they heard, possibly, that is from multiple like plannings over like the next like 8 months or something. I would like to see them do another Nindies thing. I like the Nindy stuff, just because it's weird games, you know. It's small.
Well, especially if they're gonna be bringing in more titles per week, like they had mentioned. I feel like more of those would probably be good to have people get their name out. If there's gonna be a lot more indie titles presented at the same time, they were, you know, the whole worry that's going on about the eShop becoming like Steam. You know, maybe like more Nindy presentations could bring more spotlight to those quality titles that deserve a little cut above the rest.
Angel Chang, I see you there. Thank you. We're gonna answer those about 40 minutes. Yeah, I think they just need to overhaul the eShop badly. Anyway,
Definitely.
rating system, reviews, all that stuff. Maybe change up the way it's presented. Especially if they're putting 20 to 30 games per week, apparently.
Can I ask you a question, John? Didn't they have like reviews for like a bit, then they pulled it? Like
They did, yeah, they did. They did it on the website specifically, not even like on the Switch. It was weird. You can go on the website, you can see reviews, and apparently, like no one really left troll reviews for the tests, but they still took them down for some reason. Maybe one person like cussed or something, or cursed or something, and they were like, "Oh, can't have that now." Or maybe they realized they needed to get people who could curate them, and they weren't ready for that. I don't know. It's weird. I don't really know why. That would have at least, I think, worked well to have a review system and a rating system, 5 stars or something like that. Just something they could do. Because there is a lot of stuff showing up on the eShop now. Like there was just another free-to-play game came out from like mobile that just showed up on the Switch, and I tried it out, and yeah, it did microtransactions. Feels like a mobile game. This whole thing. It's like a mech game. I'm trying to think of what it's called. It's like a Gundam game. I downloaded it. It was okay. So what I see, I don't know. I don't really expect anything to be happening, honestly, in July. I could see August earliest, because why wouldn't they talk about Dark Souls in this direct?
True.
Because what's going on with Dark Souls? Is there a problem with Dark Souls? Is that a reason why Bandai Namco hasn't said anything? I feel like there's a situation going on with the game.
Possible. What do you think would be going on?
Well, something's. Well, I mean, look, you bring the game to. They brought the game to PAX East. They had people playing it at PAX East. Obviously, obviously everything was hunky dory, but something must have happened with the Switch version of the game to go from being announced first to being delayed to summer, and now we're halfway through summer, and we still don't have a concrete release date for it. We don't have any information on it. We haven't seen anything running from the game. I think something is up with the game.
I think it has to do. I have a feeling it has to do with the online.
You think?
Yes.
Yeah, I would think it has. That's a good guess, but I mean, I don't think they can back out of that. There's no way that the game's gonna have to come out because of the amiibo.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's coming out. I think they're just still working on the network part of it. I think that's
the game's gonna have to come out at some
when
point.
They're playing at the convention, or everything was single player and it worked fine. Even like Blighttown worked fine, but they didn't try the online stuff. So maybe that's all I can think of is networking stuff that they're working out, especially since Nintendo's rolling out their online service in September. If I had to take a guess, that's because it's out everywhere else. So if I had to take a guess, that's what it is. How big is it on other platforms, by the way? Do we know, like file size?
I can look it up real quick.
That was another thought. It was like maybe the file size is pretty big, and they don't want to take a loss on, or you know how these companies are with bigger cartridges, and that's a $40 game.
7.29 gigs on
see, that'd be fine. That'd be fine. Yeah. So it has. I think it's online stuff. I think it's networking that they're dealing with right now. But I take a guess. But that's still supposed to come out. Summer? End of this summer?
As they said, summer.
September? You think? September? I think September. It'll be out before Steep. Look at it that way. Look at it that way.
Game's still in development, by the way.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe that.
Still coming.
Oh man, that's what would have been great is if they took that team and Ubisoft and Nintendo got together and they changed it all over to 1080.
That would have made it an actual game that people care about.
Yeah, because I don't think a lot of people are gonna care about Steep when it comes out.
Yeah, it would have made it great. Like people care about Starlink Battle for Atlas now, just because of some Star Fox stuff in there.
Yeah.
Literally, the only game I pre-ordered from E3 was that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
When I saw that Star Fox shit, I was
Star
like, yep.
Fox, huh?
Yep.
But
I
Sean, there is some assembly required with that.
That's call you.
I gotta say something real quick, Sean. My bro, just sorry to interrupt. My bro, he watches all of you guys, right? Because I'm like, hey, I tell my brother like, hey, you want to watch this person? The only time he's ever texted me about one of you guys was your Labo video. He's like,
I hate that Labo.
He's like, Francis, like, does this guy know that there's assembly required? That's what he told me.
Oh my god, dude.
My bookshelf is still sitting over there. You know when I bought that bookshelf? The last time I took a vacation on Memorial Day.
One time he's ever texted me about any of you guys, and I was dying. I needed like an air, something like that.
What was the title of your Labo video? It was like before you buy Labo or something.
Yeah.
Warning! I can't wait till that video like later on this fall where it's like warning before you buy Nintendo Starlink.
No, that's easier. It comes.
It's just a 20-minute video of him choking on one of the toy pieces.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Actually, I think that would be all right, Sean. It looks like most of it's like together when it comes out anyway.
Yeah, I think you just like dock it on the controller.
I feel like we had the same conversation about Labo though beforehand.
Yeah, that's true.
We were like,
did,
that
we did
looks great.
We did good with the fake Labo from
We did.
AliExpress.
The bootleg Chinese Labo, it did.
Yeah.
It went together fine.
It was perfectly fine.
It went together fine.
Was it just as complex?
No, not really. No, it basically you took it out of the box and it just kind of folded like.
Was it like one piece? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was pretty easy. The guitar one actually came out pretty good though. I gotta say that actually worked out pretty well. Yeah. So do we want to jump into Fortnite? Who's been playing Fortnite Season 5?
I have.
Yeah.
I played a bit of it.
I have a confession.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I bought the pass thing.
I bought the pass for last
25
season.
tiers, or you bought the pass?
No, the $10 thingy.
Oh, that's not so bad.
But I spent money on a free game. I hate doing that.
What is in here, dude? You get all these skins.
You should have spent it on the last season. The last season looks so much better for the unlocks than this season. Going through that whole list.
The level 1 unlocks, pretty freaking sweet. Level 100 unlocks, dude. It's freaking
the falling animations
with Thor. It's like
the falling animations in the last one were so much better. The hero outfit that you get when you complete it was so much better. For the last one, it was so great, and the freaking gliders you got were just so much better looking in the last one than this one.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, some of the shop ones are a little bit better.
Yeah,
I mean, let's be real. Most people who play Fortnite are going to buy the battle pass right away anyway. You know, in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
I don't know. I
haven't bought it yet. I probably will though because I play it enough. But yeah, and it goes between the Xbox and the Switch and the PC. Fine. So I usually play on the Xbox.
I just watch Missclick play, and that's my gameplay.
Listen here, man. Listen. We don't need to talk about my gameplay, all right?
No, you do a good job. I like your streams. I'm a lurker. I like your streams. They're good. You
I
have
love
some
my
good Fortnite.
lurkers.
You have some good Fortnite streams.
Do you play on PC, Missclick?
Yeah, I play on PC. Well, now I'm kind of interested to check out the Switch because they had the motion control, the gyroscope in there. And I love Splatoon.
It feels so good to set it.
Does
if
it?
you do it right. Because it starts it at 0, so you have to kind of find your level,
Yeah.
but it does feel really good.
Is it? Do you play Splatoon? Does it comparison kind of that
The problem with the comparison is Splatoon has a key specifically meant to reset your cursor to the
your
middle.
calibration? Okay.
This doesn't. You have to kind of deal with it as you go, so it makes it a little weird at times.
Also, Splatoon 60 also. So that really helps, I think, with the gyro aim, just because there's more. It's just more fluid. You know what I mean? But honestly, if you want any of that stuff, just tell Epic. Epic is like really on the ball with feedback right now with
They
the
are
Switch.
pretty
I mean,
good,
they added motion controls how fast after everyone said they wanted motion controls.
As far as I can tell, there's a button on the controller that's not used for anything. The left D-pad, is that used for anything?
I gotta
I
be
can't
honest.
say
On
I know.
regular play?
I don't know.
If you double click the left D-pad, if you double click the left button, you'll do your dance. Up is for opening your inventory to drop items.
You have to double click it though, because I know I never really seem to use it, and if they can just make you rebind that,
Can you remap? Can you rebind on
You
the
can.
Switch?
You can
Yeah.
rebind it.
Okay. I was gonna say, everybody in chat, go tweet at Epic right now. Tell them to get on it. Recalibration button.
I'm telling you, they'll do it. No, they're on it. I'm waiting for them to try to get 60 out of the Switch. If they can do that, I'd be thoroughly impressed if they could do that.
They put golf carts in it.
The golf carts were impressive. I saw
So
those.
much fun, dude.
people told me we wouldn't get cars or any kind of vehicle in this because they wanted
Max,
to make
that's
the
what
map.
Max said. He was like, the map will feel too small. I was like, no, you just put a slow moving vehicle in
There
there.
you go.
Yeah.
The golf cart was great, man. I saw that. This is awesome,
Dude,
right?
it's so good. And you know, me and Wood were playing duos last night, and he was driving and I was riding. And
did you do the jump assist?
no, well, I mean, you could build ramps as
Yep,
someone
you
else
can.
is driving
Mhm.
right in front of you. So like we got to a bridge and like the bridge had a hole in it. I was like, back the fuck up. And he's like, all right. So he backs up and I built a ramp and we went over it. And he was like, dude, can you like build it while we're driving? And I was like, I don't know, let me try it. I just built like this huge ramp while he's driving. We just drove off. It was so much fun.
When you're on the back,
Yeah.
you can apparently like lean in a direction. Then once you hit a jump, you lean back and it just
You need
launches
2
the
people
cart.
for it. Yeah, it'll help you over obstacles. It's really cool, dude. It's definitely a liability.
That actually, the golf carts are great because they actually gave the, I guess, the C4 a reason to exist in the game. If you
Yeah.
drop it on the ground and they drive over and they go flying, like if you hit it at right time.
Well,
Now
I
for
love
50, now for 50v50, they need the on the ground buses. Everyone just hop into and drive into combat.
Oh, that'd be great if they make it so you can have like
Sorry.
seriously like 10 people on one. Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would,
Man.
I think they will. I think the little shopping cart was a way to sort of ease in vehicles, you know, and now they're putting in a golf cart. And, you know, have you done like, you can go to like the track and like set times and stuff and tell you how fast you're going and shit.
Okay,
They
that's
added
fun.
the airtime stuff in too. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
freaking amazing. Yeah.
And they have the new toy emotes as well, so you can actually get a basketball that you can
Yep.
shoot in game, and there's basketball nets everywhere now. So
Yeah.
have fun with that.
It's gonna be a challenge later on. Just wait for it.
What's with they added like the whole like bottom right part is like a desert now.
They converted
They
the
changed
swamp
it?
into a desert. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so good, dude. That's where the go-kart track or the go-kart track is, and there's like cool buildings. Like we were playing it last night. It was like, man, Red Dead 2 looks really different. I was like, yeah, no, dude, it's fucking crazy. Dusty Divot isn't like a big crate. It's still a big crater, but it's full of just like these huge ash trees now. It reminds me of
You can't
Jurassic
get
Park.
shot down. Oh yeah, very much.
So do you guys like the changes?
Yes,
are in
so
Fortnite?
good, so
It's-
good.
It's a good way of refreshing it without completely changing the map. You know, and with the time with the rifts are, in my opinion, probably one of the best additions other than the golf carts, because I play with they're like a super serious group. Like we've been playing since like season 2 of Overwatch together, and then we went to PUBG and now Fortnite. So we just kind of know how each other tick, but we always find like a new spot with each update. And bottom right of the map now, where Moisty used to be. All these rifts, you just use it. You set yourself back up in the air as soon as you're done looting, get to a whole new part of the map, dude. It's just cool how they're adding new aspects in each different part, because you can just form new methods, and then it calls for new gameplay. Like sending a golf cart through a rift is the most hilarious thing ever, because you have some players that have no idea what the heck is going on, and the car just explodes in front of them. It's so funny, dude. It's great.
They do that. Is that every season? Did they change the map and everything like that?
They try to alter something at least. I think they added a
Mhm.
couple weapons too, right? The akimbo pistols are in now.
I
Yeah,
did pick up the pistols and stuff a few times. That was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, it's just an evolving storyline. You're encountering, a storyline without any cutscenes, really. Like you have the trailers, the beginning of the seasons, but you're watching it as it happens. As the rocket goes off. It's really cool.
Yeah, what was that? They had like a
bringing
whole
real-time events.
Right, where like the rocket,
Mhm.
like everybody set their timer for that, so they knew what it was.
Yeah,
gonna
like
happen.
the day before. Hey, tune in at 1:30, Eastern time. It's only going to happen once, and everybody's like, So it was really, really cool. And then with the stuff showing up around the world, in real life.
Real quick though, didn't like some like douchebag like kill a bunch of people while they were watching it, and like that was like
I think I think you meant to say very smart person.
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
That'd have been me. That'd have been me.
I know I should have said douchebag. I just thought that was funny. Everyone was watching. Then he was just like, "Oh, let me just mow down everybody." Like,
Some people were so mad, and I was like, "That's the smartest guy in the room right now. What are you talking about?" He got like the what is it, like the record for most kills or something because of it.
Yeah. He's like, I'll just go back and watch a recording on YouTube. I don't need to watch it live.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I will say some of those recordings on YouTube got like hit with like millions of views.
And some of them have really cool shots that they used.
Yeah,
It was really cool.
It's interesting, and that just makes me wonder what in the world is PUBG doing half the time. How is Fortnite doing this so well, and PUBG just cannot get it right?
And how is Fortnite still the most complete online package on the Nintendo Switch?
I just have to say it's the people behind it though. Fortnite has way more numbers. They just got more provision behind them, you know.
I
And
think they just put more time into it and money for Epic. You know, I mean, it's their
Epic's
engine and everything.
way bigger. Epic's way bigger than Blue Hole. Like, way big. And doesn't Fortnite or doesn't PUBG run on Unreal Engine?
It does.
They do run off Unreal.
Yeah.
Why do you think they dropped that lawsuit?
Yeah. I mean, so it's like they're working on their own. I mean, they got more money. They cut off some of their other teams. What was that other game that wasn't Paragon? They even took people off Paragon and put them on Fortnite.
Yeah, but
so, I mean,
PUBG doing things like adding some of the worst microtransactions to their game. They're adding some of the dumbest battle pass things.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of stuff that's not good.
I think when you're getting beat, like sometimes you panic, and I think that's what they're kind of doing, is that they're kind of panicking just a bit, on, you know, on what's going on, because they know if it continues to go at this rate, their game is literally going to get swallowed whole. Like, it's at this rate, it's still relevant now, but if they continue going at this rate, and like Fortnite's on way more systems, you know, like Fortnite's on way more systems. I mean, it's more inviting for kids, you know. Parents who are more likely to say, okay, I'll let my kid play that, even though it's the same thing. They rather let their kid play Fortnite. I mean, Fortnite, like mobiles, Switch. Yeah. The kids are like crazy with this whole Fortnite thing at the schools. You know what I'm saying? Like right now. So
it's free.
Yeah. And it's free. So it's just, and PUBG's not. So, I mean, I think they need to think of something, or like within the next, I think, a year or two, it's literally going to get dropped completely. Nobody's going to play the game anymore on PUBG in the next year or two.
I think that the main death will be when the big streamers are gone from it, because, you know, they just had that big event that just happened the other day, and I mean, when you have people like the Doc and stuff behind it, you know, you're going to have a following for a while. But as soon as they switch over, or they find something else that maybe treats them better, I think that'll be the nail.
Like Radical Heights. Oh, that's gonna be the next big game. I heard about that.
What about Culling too? I heard that's doing really.
Oh my gosh, that game is.
Well, you have Islands of Nine, which
so
had a rough beginning day the other day, but that looks like a pretty promising game too. So we'll see.
Apparently, in the Culling 2, you can't find more than 10 people for a match.
I heard there was like 2 people one time at one point. Like there was like 2 people in all the whole game.
Yeah.
That's so bad. OJ, do you want to talk a bit about the Yakuza producers' thoughts?
No.
I saw your video and I was like, this is when I saw like the comments, I was like, I got to see what OJ's gonna say about this. This is
no. Some people, I mean, listen, like I saw your video too, John, on it. You know, when you said like, yeah, the developer's not bringing it because of the Wii U. I think, you know, and he clarified more, you know, about it. So basically, the producer, Yakuza, he said that he's convinced that the Switch wouldn't be the audience for the Yakuza games because of what happened. Like they said that, you know, with the Wii U, they brought out Yakuza 1 and 2, the HD.
A lot of people had no idea that existed, by the way.
Exactly, yeah.
They had no idea it existed. Their PS2 games, they never came over to anywhere outside of Japan. And he's pegging it on that, then saying, oh, well, Xbox, okay, well, yeah, that might be a little bit better. And it's just like, have you not been looking at the demographic, like what's going on? Like everything on Switch is doing better than what it did on Wii U. Just because something on, you know, like, especially a Japanese game like Yakuza, I think it can actually find maybe as much of a following or more if it did come over, because it's, I mean, they're on PlayStation and that series is not huge or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? We've got games like Xenoblade Chronicles that's actually bigger than Yakuza, like sells more.
I think Yakuza 0 was like their big jump off. I think that actually did fairly. I think 0 did pretty well.
Yeah, but for like 80 million install base. That's all I'm saying. For like 80 million
yeah.
And PC, I mean, the numbers are not any, and like I said, Xenoblade does better. I'm far smaller, and Xenoblade's not a massive franchise or anything like that. So it was just interesting that he was the way that he worded it was like, oh well, because of this system that's already been outsold by this, the Switch has already outsold the Wii U. Like there's not much comparison.
But it's just interesting to me. Like you can't even tell a difference in the quality of commercials. You know, like Wii U was behind on its mark, the demographics in which it sold to, and I feel like the Switch has already hit the nail on the head pretty freaking well. And I don't know, like I feel like with games like Doom, I felt like Doom would have been a harder sell maybe than Yakuza for me personally between the two. But I mean, if stuff like that doesn't speak to you, like, hey, this has a chance. I mean, maybe there's another reason behind it.
It was just his comments, not the fact that it's not coming. I don't I honestly don't care, you know. It was just the kind of like the disrespect. It's like, okay, well, I'm convinced because of this, like the logic behind it. Not that it's not coming.
It's flawed.
I got a PS4, I got an Xbox One, I play whatever the hell I want,
exactly.
you know. It's not that at all. There's plenty of games that come to Switch. I'm like, I don't care. Okay, cool, whatever. I'll play it on whatever system. Because some people were trying to say, oh, well, it's not on Switch. I'm like, no, I don't care. I'm 31. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about this whole console type of crap. I'll play whatever I want, whenever I want. But the issue was his logic was making it sound like we're dumb. You know, like, I felt a little disrespected by that.
80s kid gloves. Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah. I felt a little I was like, well, screw you and your game. You know, like then I won't buy the game at all. There's plenty of other games or people that actually want to make stuff for us. So I just won't buy your game at all. So that was my reasoning.
I was a little surprised to hear that from Sega. That was surprising. Just because Sega is putting a lot of stuff on the Switch, aren't they?
Yeah, they got Valkyria Chronicles 4 coming out pretty soon here. That got moved up. They got Sonic. Obviously, Sonic's coming. They've got Shining Resonance that just came out. So yeah,
I'm wondering if his comments for the Xbox came after Nier did so well on that system. I was actually a little surprised, to be honest, that Nier did so well.
How do we have any numbers, or what did Nier do? I don't.
It topped their sales charts and everything on their Xbox. The paid and everything, like it showed up higher than I thought it would for a Japanese-based game. Okay. I think it ended up in the top 4 at one point, and I think it's down to like number 9 now. But to see a game like that show up, but I mean, it was next to like the FIFA, FIFA 18 or whatever, and Far Cry 5. Like it was right next to those, like in the top paid, which was a little weird to see. But it seemed like for Nier, it did pretty well. Maybe that's why. Maybe I don't know. It's weird because the Xbox. That's basically like Yakuza and Sleeping Dogs, right? Those are, I guess you could look at those sales. How did Sleeping Dogs do?
Fuck that game.
Yeah, you didn't like that game?
No, I didn't. I thought that game was overrated garbage.
Wow, interesting. Have you played Yakuza at all?
Yeah, I've been playing Yakuza since Yakuza 2 on the PS2.
Do you have that one?
I don't know if I think I sold it because I needed some money.
How much did you get for? Did you actually get decent money for it?
I want to say I got like $40 or $50 for it at the time.
Okay, that's actually not bad. I think it was up to 80 at one point. I remember we got that in a store at one point. We actually sold it for like $80 straight up because the person desperately wanted it. And at the time, this was a while ago. When was that, Evan? That was years ago, right?
I think that one would have had to have been at the original location, actually.
It moved up a lot, like price-wise, but I think recently it started to go back down because Kiwami 2 is coming out.
Yes.
2, 1. Yeah. So that started dropping. But yes, that was interesting to hear about that. I don't know. I was actually surprised they didn't even talk about Yakuza going to any other system. It was weird to hear that it even went to the Wii U. But it sold less than 2,000 copies its first week, opening debut week.
It's not bad.
It didn't chart in the top 50.
It super flopped, and that was the reason that he said that. But they set it up to flop. Personally, I think it was kind of set up to flop by putting that over. Now, I can agree with those comments, like if they brought over like Yakuza, like Inshin or something like that, like to the Wii U, or they brought over like a recent one. I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying, man. Like, I can understand that, but old PS2 games and then basing it off of that, I'm like, your logic's trash, dude.
I was surprised. I thought they were really happy, I guess, just being on Sony's platform. At one point, I thought there was some kind of deal like between them, but there isn't that I've ever seen.
There is, I was corrected on one thing. There is, I guess, Yakuza 5 or something like that. Sony paid for the localization with one of the games, but like, there isn't like an ongoing type of thing.
I'm thinking like Zero. Like if I had to pick a Yakuza game that would go to the Switch, or even Xbox, I guess in that case, it'd probably be Zero because that was the one that really got everybody to start playing it.
Yakuza Inshin. You wouldn't want that game to be part of? Have you seen that one?
No.
I know it's older, but it's like set like. You don't like it? You don't think you'd like it?
I don't. I like Zero was pretty good. I think that's the one they're always like. Start with Zero. Start with Zero if you've never played it. Okay. Like 6 though. 6 does kind of struggle on the PS4. I'm be honest. Like there are some frame rate issues with that game. So I'd be interested if they could get that over to the Switch. But Zero I think is a good one. Like if they want to give like a Yakuza game the best shot to sell on Switch, it would probably be Zero.
Just give me Shenmue instead. That's fine.
Yeah, what's up with that? No Shenmue. That was weird. That one caught me off guard a little bit.
Don't be surprised if it ends up coming
3 years from now.
No, sooner than later. I've heard a few things.
No, you haven't. No, I'm joking. I don't know. I trust your. I actually trust your word. I mean, that'd be weird though if it wouldn't come over though, right? Wouldn't that be kind of weird if it didn't come over?
Yeah, I mean, it's been sort of like, I wouldn't say in development, but they've been working on it for a little while. So, you know, it's one of those things. But
I mean, it would make sense if it showed up. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So it would. I think it would do well on the Switch.
it would be a portable fucking Shenmue. Like, I would buy it the second I would buy it, even though they'd give me a review copy.
Although, what were the requirements for Shenmue on Steam? On Steam, because it might run on my GPD Win, so I could still get portable Shenmue.
I mean, doesn't the GPD Win run Dreamcast?
Not well, I don't think. Dreamcast emulators aren't the best right now, anyway.
Yeah,
actually, that would actually probably run on the GPD Win at 720. So there you go. I can have portable Shenmue. We would have on the Switch. It just probably won't be very ideal. It probably won't be the best controller wise. So that's okay. Shenmue, I could see Shenmue coming over. That'd be cool. I'd be over with that. Evan, do we have any questions in the Discord?
We just had a couple. One that I'm not too sure of. One was from Dragon King. Retro Studio might be working on the next gen game for Nintendo, because I think we were talking about the possibility of them kind of working on that last time. I think he was asking.
You mean? Well, I know they're working on Star Fox right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. You think we're talking about another game? Because I think they're working on 2 games right now that I know.
I thought we were talking about the possibility of them releasing something more powerful or something that has like a slight upgrade to it last time we did this. And he might be basing that question off of that to see if maybe they're developing one that works at the higher power as well as whatever they had normally.
Well, they'd have a scaling resolution, so it would work fine. Like Mario Odyssey is gonna work if whenever they do a new Switch revision, will work better on that because the resolution scales. But as far as I know right now, they're working on Star Fox, and pretty sure Retro is also working on Metroid Prime HD collection right now.
Yes, those
are the 2 things we're pretty sure they're working on. Metroid Prime Trilogy would have to come out, I would say, same time as Bayonetta, technically, like beginning of 2019, to get ready for Metroid for next year.
I wouldn't be too surprised, yeah.
Right? We think E3 next year is going to be all Metroid. It's going to be like decked out Metroid and everything. And then you get Prime Trilogy out February, maybe March. I think February's good.
You could even drop it this year, depending on how long they've been working. I'm
trying to think of a time or month for it, or I'm trying to just figure it out. Like
I feel like that could be something that Nintendo is holding on to with more game announcements, because really, it's not a whole new packaging of games. It's the trilogy that you could also buy on the Wii, obviously just upscaled for HD and stuff like that. So, would you have to really retool all that much stuff?
Yes. You got to make it in HD now. You got to redo things.
I mean, you got to redo the graphics, but and that would take a while. But it all depends on how long, because it's not like Metroid Prime 4 just came out of nowhere, obviously, and it's not like Retro has been doing much of anything.
No, I agree, but there definitely would be some work, and there would be some nice work involved. Because
I just want to even know how the controls are too.
Yeah, you'd have to make it to where there's button controls, because remember that was one of the big things with that game. They removed you being able to play the game normally, with the controller, which was, I think, silly. It was silly back then, and now that I think it's still silly, but still whatever. But they'd have to make it to where you can play with buttons. They'd have to use the HD Rumble. I mean, there'd be some stuff that they'd have to do.
Okay. I think Prime Trilogy, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just early 2019, and then they have it ready to go for the ramp up. Some people have never played a Prime game.
Yeah.
Correct.
And it's hard for me to tell them to go out. Isn't the Trilogy on the Wii, isn't that really expensive right now?
No.
It was only like $10 at the time.
Oh. I mean, like, is the Trilogy? I thought
the physical copy, yes, it was.
The digital was 10.
Yeah,
that's what I'd written.
Once they released it on the Wii U, the price plummeted. But I'm not sure where it's at right now, though, in terms of it.
Does that mean I have to own a Wii U to play it?
Yes.
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 I don't know. I know. That's fine. I don't think a lot of people are going to go out and buy a Wii U. Like, I think right now.
No, it's not worth it. Just wait.
Man, if they release that Trilogy collection on the Switch, like early 2019, that will actually sell really, really well.
It's going for about 60. You can get it for $60 or $70
for physical.
Yeah, for physical on the Wii, Metroid Prime Trilogy.
To be honest, I liked the motion control. I thought it was really, really cool. I think it kind of let you have a little bit more ability. I know some people, obviously, if you grew up with the standard button controls, I think having the option to go back and forth, but the motion control, I did like the adaptation for it.
They work. I like Metroid Prime 3 is my favorite Metroid Prime game. I know. It's my favorite one, and that one had motion. The other two didn't at the time that I was playing.
Exactly.
So that was my favorite one. I was like, this is awesome. So for me, I just said for the people who like, okay, wait a minute, if you play Metroid Prime this way, why don't you just have the same ability to play it that way?
Right. Exactly. I agree.
Okay. Yeah, Evan, I think they're just working on those two, but for the next gen stuff, I think Metroid Prime 4 will be another one that will probably scale really well to whatever the revision is that we all are pretty sure they're working on right now. Maybe out 2020. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I think Metroid Prime is going to be very interesting when we actually see that in motion and see what it looks like. Unreal Engine 4 is what we keep hearing.
Yeah. Doc is out. The good Doc is out there saying that he feels that it's going to be that too. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Very good. Very good. Very good. That's just, it makes sense because it's Bandai Namco jumping in there and, doing Unreal and everything.
They're doing Unreal for everything. Bandai Namco.
I mean, they're getting used to it, they're getting it down.
I'm just wondering how much, that's a lot of money. Because they sell a lot of games. So, that's a lot of, kind of like the revenue being pulled out from their games.
I guess they don't want to build their own engine. I guess it's just too expensive. Or maybe they are building their own engine now. I mean, building an engine is very expensive. I think it's probably cheaper for them to just be like, let's just get Epic.
Well, we've already talked about the split of money shifting in favor of the people making the game over Epic getting stuff.
Well, that was for all the assets and stuff in their asset shop. But Epic is they're using that Fortnite money for things other than that. They lowered their split from 70-30 to 88-12 now for
That's good. That's really good. Yeah.
In the asset shop. So people who make like a tree and like you're building your game and you're like, I want a tree, and you go to the shop and you buy it like you would. Like people go to Steam to buy a game, you're going here to buy an asset. The creator gets 88% now instead of 70%.
So all they have to do is get the YouTube people to talk to them and super chat. Maybe they can talk and work something out maybe a little bit better on our side for us. So, it'd be good.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, they got to get on that YouTube. The hope that a lot of people had is that they're breaking that 70-30 because everyone uses 70-30. Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, Steam. They're hoping that maybe they kind of break that a bit, and those companies look at it and go, we could be kind of competitive if we did 75-25. Maybe a company would be more interested in coming to our platform for it. So,
but then even beyond that, Epic had that standing thing where if you're making a game on their engine, you don't have to pay them until it's done, until you're ready to release. Yep. So they could simply just be making games without having to care that much.
And it seems like it's so much easier for people to make these type of games because it's like the fact that, Square Enix, even like, we're going off of Bandai Namco just real quick, but like they changed engines, with Kingdom Hearts 3. It was like, they're just like, oh, screw it. Like, we're just going to, we're going to abandon all our work and we're just going to change.
Yeah, I don't know if they're ever going to use that Final Fantasy 16.
Luminous engine? Yeah. The engine's trash. I don't care what anybody says. It's I don't care how powerful it is. It's trash.
I don't know what they're going to use it on again. I guess 16. I mean, that's probably why that's why 15 keeps getting so much paid content, is because they need to get their money back for that engine.
I hope they don't. They need to junk that engine or just never need to use that again.
They're not going to. They're going to keep working on it. They will. They don't want to pay Epic that money if they can help it.
Well, they're doing it with Kingdom Hearts, so
yeah. I think they kind of had to. I don't think they could use Luminous for that.
Dragon Quest,
the rubber bands came off their engine. They had to wait.
I'm telling you, man. That engine. Oh.
Dragon Quest though is Unreal Engine 4 too. So that's also. Yeah, Octopath, Square Enix is rolling over to Unreal 2, man.
Oh, yeah.
Square Enix.
I just don't think they could use it for it. I think they saw what it cost them to do it in 15. They're like, yeah, never again. Or at least not for now. Not till next gen.
Junky trash. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, man. Or it went back in the oven and they're working on it more.
I can't stay. That whole saga with Final Fantasy 15 pissed me. We all lived through it, right? I mean, you guys remember. Screw them. Screw them and all their broken promises for 10 years.
It looks so, oh man. What do you think 7 Remake is right now? I keep telling people I'm going to buy that game when I pick up my PS5 for the PS5.
Oh man, you might be right, dude.
That's gonna be something else. Questions, Evan, from Discord.
We keep getting this question every time a bunch of online games come out for the Switch. And Joker the Fool asked if Blizzard is going to be bringing, yet again, Overwatch to the Switch, which, I mean, we've already talked about this heavily. I mean, it's still up in the air. They've pretty much said maybe, but not likely. And that's kind of every dev's approach.
They might be saying that to wait for one of those, direct reveals or whatever, because we hear that a lot. Remember, Todd Howard was like, Skyrim's not on the Switch, or we'll talk about it later. And they had shown Skyrim on the Switch like the day before on the Direct, and they weren't really saying it. So you see that a lot. I don't know. Would Overwatch? I guess it would be okay on the Switch. I don't know. Would a lot of people play it on the Switch though? I'm not sure how.
I don't know. I feel like Paladins right now.
Yeah,
You know?
Paladins exist.
To me, I would never touch Paladins because Overwatch, in my opinion, is my heart and soul for a while. The toxic community now, I'm not gonna talk about it. Don't get me started, I'll cry. But I would love it if freaking Blizzard and Nintendo, started working together more on it and stuff like that. Diablo and StarCraft. I think that'd be really cool.
I can't believe Diablo's not over on that yet.
Yep.
Well, didn't we hear a rumor it's like 2019 for that game?
Yeah, we heard about that. Diablo would work so well on the Switch. I can't believe it's not there yet.
I like Paladins. I actually like Paladins. Me and my community, my community and I, we quite it. I like Paladins. I think it's good. It's a
Paladins is fun. I agree with OJ.
It's a fun
You know
game.
what else is fun?
Overwatch. I played Overwatch back. I think I need to play Overwatch with all the updates and everything. I played it back when it first came out, and I thought it was cool. I played with my board Nintendo Ultra and stuff, and I thought it was fun. I just kind of stopped playing it.
I wonder. No, this is my thing. This is what.
Well, you get all the heroes.
Well, this is what I'm wondering.
For them, so
yeah. Well, this is what I'm wondering: is if Paladins is more appealing towards the casual. Like Overwatch is casual gamers. I feel like maybe they deal better with Paladins. Like Overwatch, like. If you're a casual, you're saying it quick play. If you were a competitive, you're saying words you probably shouldn't say on stream to other people. But I haven't played Paladins on the Switch, so
I've only ever heard nice things about the Overwatch community. What are you talking about?
Listen here, all right, I was getting baited.
Any online community given enough time, just
saturation. Yeah.
I haven't played Overwatch in a long time.
Rainbow Six community's trash too. That's what I hear.
They got a hamster and a ball now. You're gonna love it.
Listen, man, he's a wrecking ball. All right, it's great.
I'm not gonna play Overwatch. I don't really care that much about Overwatch.
I just keep on Halo. It's fine.
I'm more Halo. When Halo Infinite, I'm on it.
No,
Overwatch, dude, I don't care.
I love the game. I hate the community, dude. I got so tilted. I actually uninstalled it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, it was legitimately like I could hear my heart ripping in half.
Did you take your ball and go home, Missclick? I'm tired of this.
No, I threw it at someone else and ran away where the cops came. That's what I did.
Oh, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if Overwatch showed up, but I don't know if it's a big priority for him. Yeah. I think there's a lot of stuff that would have to happen for that to actually. I think Nintendo would have to actually go to them to get that done.
Right.
They would definitely have to work together because it's always everything with the Switch is always the engine is the problem. The engine not working properly on the Switch is the problem. Overwatch is a highly custom engine.
It's highly competitive too. It needs frames.
It needs frames, but like if they can't get every aspect of that engine to work all the time, there's going to just be overall problems.
Right.
Yeah. They have to go get Panic Button, I guess. Make that happen.
Just have them lower the textures and pray to the gods.
Yeah. I mean, there you go.
That's what they usually do with all the other games like Warframe.
Yeah, I mean Warframe is a custom engine.
Yeah.
It's heavily based on Unreal though. It's customized within Unreal.
No, it's what you call it. It's
no, they were talking about how they took a lot of the Unreal stuff and basically remerged it, kind of like how the CD Projekt Red engine. It's the engine
that Dark Sector and Darkness 2 ran on. From Digital Extremes. Yeah, it's what is it called? It's like the Evolution engine. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I could probably look it up real quick.
Did you guys like Dark Sector?
I thought it was funny as hell.
I thought it was okay. I don't know. I think I was the only person who thought the game was okay.
It's the Evolution engine.
Yeah.
Evolution engine. Yeah. Dark Sector and Darkness 2. Yeah. It's just one they built. Yeah, it's just the Evolution engine they built. It's only been used in a couple games, those ones, and then Warframe's where it actually took off. So there you go. That's probably why they got Panic Button, because it's a custom engine, and I guess they could be like, do it. I mean, Panic Button ported Unreal Engine 3 technically to the Switch, which didn't support it for Rocket League.
Yep. Very true.
We'll see. We'll see if Panic Button would. I mean, they're turning stuff down, so maybe. What else do we have, Evan? Anything else?
I had this other one, but I had no idea. Like, the problem is, for some reason, everyone just broke out into conversation in the questions section on our Discord. I don't like someone asked a question and then like 4 people thought they should respond to it. I don't know why. But this one, did you complete Lost Sphere before Octopath Traveler?
I did not.
Was that something you brought up at one point? Like, I have no idea where that came from.
I did not. No, I didn't really get into Lost Sphere that much. I'm trying to remember what came out around Lost Sphere, because something happened and I was like,
Celeste probably, right? Celeste and Lost Sphere both came out back in January, so I was thinking,
yeah. I didn't really get into Lost Sphere. I don't know why, I just didn't.
it's not that great. They
yeah.
set themselves up for failure. Oh, we're gonna make this like Chrono. No, it's not like Chrono Trigger. It's a very tacky type of Chrono Trigger. It's not. You can tell that they're not. They need to play the actual games that they're trying to emulate. Like, I think the developers behind Octopath actually played the games that they're trying to. These developers did not play the games that they're trying to emulate. And the art style's trash. I don't care what anybody says. That art style that they use is not good. They need to, whatever they're using, they need to trash that whole art style. It doesn't look slick. It looks weird. I don't like it. They need to do something.
Octopath's out now, so I'm not going to be looking at Lost Sphere for a while.
Yeah, Lost Sphere, I Am Setsuna. They're okay games. Don't get me wrong. They're not bad. They're not bad, but they're comparing them to Chrono Trigger and stuff like that. And that's the problem that I have. It's like, no, not even close. Not even close, man.
I bought Lost Sphere physical and I never played it.
Is it still in the wrapper?
I'm pretty sure it is.
I mean, that might be a good one just to have for the collection anyway. You never know. Those kind of, JRPGs can get kind of rare later on in the life cycle. All right. So any other questions in the Discord, Evan, before I go to Super Chat?
Everything from Discord.
All right, here we go. The Super Chat questions. Here we go. Black Metal Gamer says, crossover you'd like to see. They want Capcom versus Nintendo.
I want to see a new Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. I remember that. That was on the Wii, and we actually played that a couple times at tournaments.
It was super fun.
That was cool. I played it in college.
Yep.
They went Capcom versus Nintendo.
I would like that.
I would like it. That would be good.
Which format though? Would you like it in the Switch team type standardized fighter or more of a Smash style?
No, standardized
fight, like a Marvel versus Capcom type,
or of thing. Tatsunoko versus Capcom. Replace Tatsunoko with Nintendo.
That could be awesome. It'd be weird to see Mario in that format.
Yeah,
it would.
Well, because his overall but his overall height concept, would he be a smaller hitbox character like friggin' Gotenks and Dragon Ball Fighters? Would you have to be like a certain type of height to him to like attack him?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I would consider him to be like Jinan in Samurai Showdown. That smaller character where your high attacks don't really do anything.
The little fisherman at Last Blade. Yeah.
I don't know if they'd make him like that though, would they? Like, I think, have you guys seen like the Blade Strangers, that game? Like how the Binding of Isaac, dude. Like he still gets hit by everything, but he's tiny, So
I can't wait for that game.
They might make it like that because I guess that he'd be in there. I'm like, they're gonna put him in there, but he's gonna look weird. And yeah, he looks really weird. He looks really weird, the Isaac dude. So
what other companies they could do? Could they do like Square do something? Like Square Enix have enough characters, I guess, to throw into a fighting game?
They did what was that fighting game? Guys Bless the Ring or whatever.
Trash.
Oh yeah,
absolute trash.
they could just dig into their backlogs from when they used to be a separate company and just have their logo just split a little and have a versus appear in between it, and that would be the best game.
Who would they go? Would it be them versus like SNK or something?
Square Enix versus no, hold up.
You can do Square versus anyone. I mean, I would like to see Square versus Capcom, and Capcom could implement. Remember that series, Breath of Fire? Remember that series? Implement characters from that.
Oh man, that's a great series. Well,
damn right.
There's some good games in that series.
Yeah, and then they let it die
and then they let it smartphone. Wait, and die. Yeah, they let it smartphone and they let it die. Well,
let's see. We have Core Dream Studios just says love you all. Thanks, Core Dream Studios.
Wait. Square did a fighting game. The Toe Ball series.
I'll take your word for that.
Toe Ball 1 and 2 were Square games, and they were fighting games, and there was an adventure mode where it was like almost like RPG elements within the adventure.
What system was that on?
PlayStation 1.
There's an Urban Dictionary thing for Toe Ball, but what are you talking about?
Yeah, there's a 3D fighting game developed by Dream Factory and released by Square Enix in Japan in 1997.
Toe Ball 1 was the fucking shit. I loved that game so much.
I mentioned that what I just read was Toe Ball 2 was that.
Okay.
So
Squaresoft, Squaresoft did it. Yeah.
Akira Toriyama apparently on designers. Akira Toriyama, so Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
It's a super decent game.
Came out in 1996.
Yeah, dude.
I was all about weird fighting games for like the PS1 and the Saturn and shit. I don't know why. I would always rent them. They were great rentals.
I'd play Gundam Battle Assault occasionally. That was a game I didn't think anyone else played.
It's so crazy how many games were on PlayStation. Like the PlayStation
PS1 was a massive. If you get a PS2, you're like set for life because you play all the PS1 games and the PS2 games.
Yeah, it is insane how many games PlayStation 1 had. Like how many like just good stuff. Like it. I always get mad because I never had enough money to afford a PlayStation 1 when I was a kid.
I got a PS1 towards the end of its life cycle when they had like the small PS1, the small one,
the minis.
Yeah, I got that and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 for Christmas, and that was fine.
Yeah,
Pro Skater.
Set.
Yes, that was it.
That's one of my favorite games of all time, but I'm not sure if I said that to you or not. But Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 is easily top 10 for
it's one of the best games. If you go on like the game rankings or whatever, that's one of the best games of all time.
No way. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's rated like a 98 or something.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
So good.
Yep.
Rodney Mullen, you can't beat me. Nobody can beat me.
Leo Aguilar says July 22nd for Nintendo Direct on Sunday seems off. Plus, it's my birthday on that day. Okay, all right. Happy birthday, Leo.
Somebody did mention that day is technically like a Saturday in Japan time wise or some shit like that.
I was gonna say, how time zones line up?
It seems weird just in general on a weekend. Like I picture it on like a
agree.
Tuesday, right, or Wednesday or something. To hear about it on a Saturday or a Sunday is weird. That's not something they would just set and like leave the office for the weekend. So I don't know. I maybe they have the date wrong. I don't know. Maybe it's Monday. If it's true at all, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Kira Tengetsu says, had any of your switches been cracking? There's the stuff going around. By the way, we talked about cracking switches. I realized this. I went back to the backlog. We talked about cracking switches like 4 months ago. And I guess it's just now coming back up because Nintendo Life put their stuff out and everything. Everybody starts talking about it. Mine is not cracking. Neither of them are. Even the one I beat up real bad. I don't know. Sean, yours cracking at all?
No, and I mean I have a bad habit because like my Switch is kind of in the middle of the floor, so that if I'm playing on the TV, it's there. If I need to capture footage, it's here. So it's like in the middle, and I've kicked that thing over like so many damn times.
Wait, did you get a second dock yet for that?
No, man, I ain't got.
Dude, get a second dock. What are you doing?
I ain't got that kind of money.
What?
Anyways,
get a second dock and like just set up another dock. That's the whole point of the Switch.
No, man.
John, are there any third-party docks that are safe to use?
I wouldn't use any of them.
Okay.
I'll be real with you. What I did with mine, obviously, I reshelled it. So
yeah, we modified it as standard.
Yeah, it's tiny. It's like that big. You can get them on Amazon. I even painted it purple.
What are they like? How much are they? 50, 60?
For the dock?
Yeah.
It depends. You can find them on sale. Target was selling them last week for $30 with a price error.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the time to get it. But I think right now it's on Amazon for like 70.
Well, my question is with the cracking. I haven't looked into it too incredibly much. I know I was looking at pictures and they're all kind of relatively in the same spot. I was told, like kind of around the corners. Is that from just holding it handheld? Like maybe these people, maybe they're like natural white knucklers. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they put pressure on their Switch. I don't know. I haven't had a problem with mine whatsoever. So it's just curious to me.
It's possible.
I had some cracks on mine, and I did the whole John thingy. So I went out and I watched.
Oh, you have the
nice.
backing. Very nice. Very nice.
I also picked up. There's also cases that you can get that are dockable cases too. So that are.
We're talking about those. They drop yours all the time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I have cracks on mine, but I'm not mad because I dropped mine like a bunch of times. So it's like, okay, well, I've dropped it. So, but the way that you explain it in your video, it's super easy to fix. It's like. Yeah, super easy. So I was gonna, record and be like.
I realized that I went back and I was like, I never recorded just how to take. Because you don't have to take. People always look at the side. And they're like, I take all these screws out. You only take the one in the middle out. That's it. Because that's all that's holding the back on.
Requires work though.
It's like 8 screws, I think.
Could you imagine me doing that? I would get electrocuted and die.
I would watch that video.
The last video from RGT.
Oh man, you should do that, dude. You should do that because you can get different colors, man. You could change like your Switch color and everything.
Make sure you call cool. Make sure you call Logan Paul to film it before you go, my guy.
Oh my god, we went there.
That's fine.
Sorry, I went there. My bad.
Oh man, that's great. Yeah, no, Sean, you should look at that, man. See if you can find some different colors, just so you can do a video of you trying to change it.
No, it sounds dangerous. I'm gonna break it, and then I'll get pissed off.
And then you'll make a video that we'll all watch.
Gotta wait for the cloud server shit to happen. Once that happens, and I can transfer my saves and stuff.
Oh yeah, man. Then you can start gambling on the Switch.
Yeah.
Matthew Campos asked thoughts on Nintendo Direct rumors. We talked about all of that, so hopefully we answered that question. Memold says about the level you need to be is slang for you should be 5+ levels above. That I agree with. Honestly, start grinding in Octopath as soon as you hit a save spot that's out in, like, the wild. Grind for like half an hour, and you'll just smack the boss around that comes up after that.
Recognize though that the save spots don't heal you like they have been in most classic or most modern day, I guess, RPGs at this point. You have to have healing stuff on you like at all times.
When you level up, though, it heals you, right?
It does, but sometimes, like, I remember trying to level the knight dude, and for some reason he had 200 health, and then the dude I fought was just like, and double crit, and that was it. I got rolled all the way back.
Yeah, make sure you save a lot.
The game will punish you for not grinding. You've got to be able to grind and level up. I guess there's a little bit of scaling going on with the bosses, so it's not like you're going to be able to overpower them, but it's you'll get stronger and they'll only get a bit. So they'll get more
skills too.
You'll get those skills, and the passive skills and the and your skills that you have are very important to surviving, because every boss has like some type of weird like super power. Like this boss is about to do something to you that's gonna wreck you.
That's more knowing the break system though, because if you know what can break their defense, once they go into it, you have to have enough charge to stop it. And as long as you can keep that up, it's fine. But like past that, it's crazy.
Yeah, if you get caught, like they say, oh man, I can't break him in this amount of turns, and he's about to do something, like you're gonna get bodied, or you have to press the defend. So just make sure you guys level up a bit, and you'll be good.
The grinding though, is that gonna get old after a couple? Like after 80 hours or so?
There's enough enemy variance. Like even in the first level, I think it was an elite enemy, an elite bandit type, dual bandits, ratmen, lizard people, and that's just like the first zone. They're just chucking these things at you.
Yeah, and they're all weak against different things, like whether it's your sword or your spear, and they all have different levels of break, which is how many times you hit them before they break.
I will say for new age gamers, it might get a little bit, but I mean, you're talking to guys like us who we grew up, in that.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, I think for some of the new age gamers, it might get a little bit for them, but the people who generally are going to play this game they're going to be like, hell yeah, man! Like I'm jumping into
I
this.
agree,
yeah. But I think it might get a little grindy a little repetitive or grindy for some people that are not used to that as much.
Yeah, I would check it out though, Missclick. It's worth a look just to see if you like it.
I was just wanting to take in everybody's opinions on it, just because. I've heard nothing but good things, so I'm like kind of waiting for someone to be like, "This is the reason why you shouldn't," but I haven't heard it.
Like one thing I will say, something that's kind of bothered me since I've been playing it through the demo and everything, is the visual style's cool, but like they try their hardest with like their depth of field in the front and then the back to be blurry.
Filter effects.
They try really, really hard, and I'm like, I wish I could. I don't know if you can turn. I haven't checked. I wish you could turn that off. It's just something I keep noticing. It's something you notice. It's not even like out of the corner of your eye. You kind of stare at it. And you're like, they're trying to make this part blurry so you're not focusing on it.
It's even in combat too. When all the people come in during combat, it like re-blurs the enemy, and then they come back into focus. You're like, why do that? That was ridiculous.
It's like a bad Instagram filter. No, I got you.
It's just stuff they're trying to do. I don't know if they would update it at all, but I think it's part of their art style that they're going with. But it seems like they try just a little too hard with it. But otherwise, it visually looks cool. It's a cool looking game. Logan the Ninja says Spelunky or Spelunky 2 on Switch. I guess the second one.
I don't know. How important is the story of the first one?
I like the name Spelunky. It sounds
I played a little bit of the first one on Steam, but not a lot. It's kind of like a roguelike type game. I don't know if anyone's played it at all on the panel. But I have it on Steam. I played it here and there. It's a fun game. Some people thought at the time it was like their game of the year.
Was there a demo on the Switch? A Spelunky? I think I played a demo.
I don't think so. I think Spelunky 2 was shown at during PlayStation's event, I think.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's good. It's on Steam. That's
All right.
not a hard game to run.
I don't like to call out people in the chat, but I'm going to call out someone. Steven says Octopath should be $40. The game takes fucking 80 hours. I'm not even a fan of Octopath. Like, I haven't bought the game yet. I don't care. It's an 80-hour game. Yet you got motherfuckers out there buying the Order 1866 for $60, and it's a 5-hour game. So is that game worth it because it has realistic graphics and shit like that?
Let me ask you this, Sean, because this is an interesting point to bring up. Some people don't think Octopath is worth the amount of money that it is because of the visual style.
I know that's the people's main complaint.
I just think it's oversaturation of 3D and open.
That's so horrible. If you take that same logic, and I talked about this, I think there was people saying that you take that same logic and you apply it to Mass Effect Andromeda. So that means Mass Effect Andromeda, because it has the graphics, is that game worth $60? That game is not worth $60. It's barely worth $10. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. You cannot say the graphics of a game is the be all end all for what it is. It's the content, the value, how good the game is, and the presentation. It's a combination of all of them. It's not just, oh, this game looks like this, therefore it should be cheaper. Otherwise, Mass Effect Andromeda is worth $60, which is I get triggered by that too a little bit, because people are literally ignoring everything else for one thing, which is just dumb, because then that means bad games are worth $60 because they can look good graphically and can be bad, you know? So I don't like that. And I think that's a very dangerous logic to have, because then you start overlooking games like Octopath, and then you start validating developers saying, okay, well, let's put more into graphics and not into everything else, music, presentation, style. Like there's so many
voice acting, writing. Yeah, there's tons.
Yeah, voice acting, writing. It's like, oh, let's put everything into how this game looks. So that's a I think just a kind of a garbage thought process, in my opinion. And that's dangerous, because then developers are like, okay, we'll see what we can do with this next. You know, look at, like I said, Mass Effect Andromeda is the perfect example. Game looks phenomenal, right? Looks great graphically. Looks really good.
I think there are a lot of games that even go underpriced at times. Like they're not priced high enough. Like if you look at something like I played a lot of Golf Story, and it's like a $10 game. But then if you look at something like Stardew Valley, there's a lot of people who bought that for, I remember when it first came out on Steam, I think it was like $15, and there are a lot of people who've played that for like, man, 100 hours.
Animal Crossing substitute.
Yeah, it's a $15 game, and it's like that feels like a game that's underpriced.
I think Sonic Mania Plus physical could have been 40 easily.
I have that coming on Tuesday, I think.
That's a great game.
I just wanted the physical copy because it has that Genesis reversible cover art. It's the only reason I wanted it. I think that's a weird argument, just because of the art style or anything. Because when you take it all away, it's all wireframes anyway.
Steven did say he was just trolling, but
that's a legitimate thing out there right now. I've seen.
Yeah, that's a legit thing though.
It's kind of a trend. It's a new generational type thing.
Yeah, it's just a lot of people who are newer to gaming, and I say newer, like you've gotten to gaming in the last 10 years. You don't remember? Yeah.
Get off my lawn!
I even have kid brother-in-laws, and they I remember they were watching me play Ocarina of Time when I had it ported on my Wii U. And they're like, "Oh, this game looks like crap." And I'm like, "Kid, shut up! You play Minecraft. You're playing as a blogger."
Man.
And it's just a thing. Like we like you guys said, you can't equate it to graphics and make that the end all be all. There's so much else that goes behind it.
It's the full gambit. It's not just one thing. Obviously, presentation is part of it, right? It's not stick figures out there, but
Hanzo just dropped roughly $60.
I just saw that. He said, "Good Spawncast till next time." Just Hanzo, thank you for that. I think probably had a lot to do with Sean starting to yell and get red, which I was saving. I was saving one topic for the end for Sean. Sean might notice I didn't bring it up.
I did notice.
Those are the best.
Don't worry, just Hanzo. I know that 50 may have been because Sean was starting to get a little red there. Don't worry, I got a topic for him to finish it up. But thank you, just Hanzo. I really appreciate it.
Shout outs, man. Thank you for that.
Let me. Okay. So we're going through a few of the other super chats before we finish up. Sean, don't worry. Like I said, I saved that topic for you, man. I know you're not happy about it. So, Kingdom Hearts collection on the Switch, then 3. That's from Riku Key 2. The thing about the Kingdom Hearts collection is I've never really seen it show up on anything but a PlayStation console. And I'm not really sure why that is. I don't know if there is some kind of deal or something on that, but it's weird that it's only ever been on the PS3 and then the PS4. Never on like Steam even, right? Because we've seen Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 on Steam.
Weird. Sony cuck stuff, in my opinion. But that's just me.
Yeah.
So it might, probably, honestly, probably is, yeah, because that would be something they would probably sell a lot of copies
So
of.
they're selling
Steam. They
they're
sell a
selling
lot of copies.
Kingdom Hearts 3 on the Xbox and not giving them any of the games. Like, what type of
That's weird.
Like,
Yeah.
somebody wants to like slap Square Enix across. It's like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, you figure they dropped the collection on there ahead of time, at least like 6 months at a time on the Xbox, but they haven't even done that. It's really weird.
Correct. Yeah.
so weird. And then, whatever.
Angel Chang says, I want to see Ubisoft characters in Smash Bros. Ultimate, like Ezio, Rayman, Prince of Persia, Beyond Good and Evil, even some of the Just Dance characters. OJ, what are your thoughts about Ubisoft characters
I
showing
think he's
up?
trying to trigger me. I'm pretty sure that's just that's a trigger thing. I mean, I don't know if this. Maybe he's not. Maybe I'm being. I don't like Ubisoft characters. I don't have a problem with Ubisoft, but I don't like them. But no, I wouldn't want to see a single
Assassin's Creed character.
Yeah, not a single one of them. The only one that I think that would be cool would be Rayman, because I think Rayman fits.
Rayman. There's been rumors of Rayman for a while. Like,
there was rumors of Rayman back in the Wii U. Rayman, because Ubisoft is actually good to Nintendo when it comes to Rayman. So he's the only one that deserves it. All those other characters, they don't deserve it. I mean, we don't have Golden Sun. There's no Golden Sun characters in Smash Brothers. There's a lack of F-Zero characters. There's a lack of Star Fox characters. There's so many missing characters from Nintendo's own franchises. Why do all those frauds get to join into Smash Brothers before that? So they don't deserve it. Rayman does though. I would say Rayman deserves it, but that's
Rayman's been around for a long time. I think he's classic enough to do that. Absolutely.
And they've done a good job of. I mean, they got a port out of Rayman Legends real quick, to the Switch, and they got Rayman out on the Wii U. There's a little bit of issue there, but they still got it out there. There was Rayman on the Wii. There was Rayman Raving Rabbids. Rayman's part of the.
We're playing Rayman on the 64, man. That thing used the expansion pack for that HD visuals.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it was called HD mode. So I think it was 640 by 480, but the frame rate was still really bad.
But the biggest thing with that though is that they can't get all those characters in. It's just not going to be possible to get all those characters in there. To be honest, like just me being real, not joking. I think
Rayman. I think you're right though. I think Rayman should go in. I do.
Rayman's the only one, but everybody else, like, there's no way they can get like Ezio and all that stuff. Like, and Nintendo's not gonna allow it. And Sakurai has to actually like know the characters and like them, and that's not the case with all those. So
hopefully he knows Rayman.
Well, he's a trophy in the last one. He was a trophy in Smash Bros.
Oh, okay. There we go. He's one step in. Then he's got one foot in the door. Wishbone asks, would Sega release a console first before Google Yeti? I don't think so. I don't think Sega's in a position to start getting hardware out the door.
Sega will never release hardware again as far as new current gen hardware. The end.
Yeah, AT Games. They'll do that.
Fuck AT Games.
But the Google has a lot of money, and they're in a position to do that if they want, because they have the infrastructure as well behind the scenes with their online stuff, so they can do that. But Sega, Sega, they're not financially set for that. Besides, they're very comfortable with what they're doing now.
Imagine a Google console or like integrated with YouTube all crazy and stuff. Like.
Well, you might not have to wait that long.
Yeah.
I'll say, it might be this year.
Nani?
The Google console. You guys didn't hear about that?
I heard about it.
The Yeti?
The Yeti?
The Yeti!
Yeah, but how much do we actually know, though?
John
I'll have to go back and look what the public
NDA.
John is a developer on the console. Confirmed. John is a developer.
I'm not developing on the console.
Space in the interior. You're taking apart, and there's space.
I have heard some different things about it. So.
John is going to be the CEO of the console. John has something to do with this console. Spawn Wave, the video game.
Yeah.
He's the next Reggie, man. He's the next Reggie. Next Kaplan.
Pezhead7 says Mario Kart DLC would be great hype for the online. That might be when they actually release it, maybe around there. They need to release something for the online, right?
Something to set it off.
Around it, make the games worth because they're going to ask for money, obviously, for these games that people have been playing for free. But something like that would be cool. Just drop DLC and be like, hey, play this with the online. Grubby K9 says, hey, that Missclick chick looks like Zelda. somewhat.
Lol.
You look like Zelda. So,
Thanks, man. Thanks.
and then Evan, when are you gonna start selling your artwork?
I do. It's online, not overseas though. But yeah, it's my Twitter links to my main account or my main website, which links to my store. But yeah, it's all there.
So there you go. You can buy Evan's artwork. He's doing some more notable characters now too. Is that Spider-Man looked pretty cool, and they got Doctor Doom and some other ones. Jimmy asks, "What do you think Nathan Fillion is teasing?" He's teasing something about Uncharted. People thought it was the movie. Variety says it's not the movie. I still think it's something to do with the movie. It could be. I mean, it could be like, I don't know. I don't think they're doing a TV show or a thing on Netflix or anything. But what else would Nathan Fillion be doing? Would it be for a game? I don't know.
Versus Tomb Raider. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I mean, I guess it could be for like a spinoff, like Lost Legacy. But a lot of us think it's something to do with the movie. I don't know. Well, Monday. That's the date he said, Monday. So we'll see. We'll see on Monday. Sakon 10 says we need a Pikmin HD trilogy before Pikmin 4. No, I think we just need Pikmin 4. How long have they been saying we're going to need Pikmin 4 at this point, right?
Pikmin doesn't really demand HD that much, to be honest. I mean, I love Pikmin, not that much.
What they do with the trilogy? Yeah, Pikmin HD trilogy. I think I'm ready for 4. They've been talking about that forever.
Yeah.
And then finishing up with Juicy Josai. I can't pronounce his name. Colleen Nemi.
welcome to my world.
$1.50, and then just Hanzo finished up with the 50. And I got to move over to oh wait, no, Avedon Smith says awesome podcast tonight. Thanks, Avedon. Appreciate it.
Savvy Build Drought also went RGT. Release your NES game on the Switch.
RGT release
if I could, I would.
It's from Savi. And then okay, Hassam Hussein says favorite obscure SNES game.
Super Back to the Future 2. It was only a European PAL release.
Yep. I've made that repro about 20 times.
Such a good fucking game.
Very easy reproduction to make too. Yeah, very easy to make. I would say Star Ocean.
I would say everyone doesn't know about this, but Illusion. I mean, I guess it's kind of an Illusion of Gaia. Yeah, a little bit of obscure, weirdo game.
Yeah. All right, cool. And I guess we're gonna finish up here now with the last topic. Is 2K and Take-Two are skipping the Switch because of backlash and overall poor sales, along with them, I guess, unable to get the engine running after 2K18 was kind of a flop for them. Sean, what do you think about 2K and Take-Two?
It's lazy. It's lazy is all it is. You outsource it to a company called Blind Squirrel, who obviously is blind as a squirrel and doesn't know how to make any games. They never released any sort of updates for it on their Twitter page to say what was going on. The game got constant. It got like 3 patches, but none of the patches really did anything. I actually played all 3 of the patches.
I thought one of them made it worse.
He's joking.
It's not that the game can't run. NBA 2K18 is a more demanding game than WWE 2K18 because WWE 2K18 only really features, even if you just strip away all the gimmick matches, strip away the 6-man Hell in a Cell shit, put it on one-on-one matches. One-on-one matches still run like shit, even though animations are constantly recycled because most of the moves are the same. You only get into the different things when it's like special moves, much like in a basketball game, except in a basketball game, it's a 5-on-5 things, plus there's coaches, there's referees, there's cheerleaders are constantly moving around. Players have their own animations. Players are all skinned in. They all have their realistic facial textures and facial animations. There's no way in hell that WWE 2K18 is a more demanding game. Oh, the entrances, there's lights and animations like that. Bullshit. There's lights and animations in NBA 2K18 when the teams get announced. Plus, NBA 2K18 has that freaking My Career mode, which has full voice acting and all sorts of crazy shit that has nothing to do with basketball to begin with because it's supposed to be in like a real world setting. What do you mean you can't get the game to run? The WWE versus SmackDown or the Raw versus SmackDown series was on the PSP. It was on the fucking Nintendo DS. It was on the DS, for God's sakes. Anything can run on any hardware. It's just if you know how to put it on the hardware. Like, literally, any game could be on any hardware. It might not look as good. It might not play as good as other things, but any game could be on any hardware. That's all. I mean, that's the shortened version.
Drop your mic right now.
Dude, that was a fantastic rant, man. It was very
Someone
good.
clip that.
You know,
And that's why he doesn't need to edit.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, he fixes. We get Fire Pro Wrestling on there.
Man, that would be awesome. Fire Pro is a fantastic. I love Fire Pro but I also feel like Fire Pro, every version feels like Fire Pro. You know, it's like I wish, and it's not even necessarily graphical. You know, I just wish they would expand just a little bit more and try something a little bit different.
Are you telling me games in the same franchise play like each other? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, you could literally pick up like Fire Pro Super Nintendo and Fire Pro. I guess the last one was Fire Pro Returns on the PS2, and like it's like
they had a pretty recent one actually. Fire. We actually played it, right, Evan?
Yeah, it was on PC.
It's on PS4 now too. It's Fire World, right?
World. Yeah, that's the next one that's coming out on PS4. It's been on PC for a while. Like, and I love the Fire Pro games. I just wish I guess I wish they would add more to them. You know, and they did put in the New Japan wrestlers. Like, usually Fire Pro is just very like the characters are like Bulk Bogan and it looks like Hulk Hogan, except like, you know, they changed some of the colors of the stuff, but you can edit everyone's character and stuff like that.
Well, you can also with the new one, they have it so if you can go online, you can make all the new characters and you can post them up. So everyone made everybody. And if they do that with something like Switch and PS4 and everything, you can just go online and do it. But interesting, the producer and creator of it wants it on the Switch.
Yeah. I think we might have to start like bothering him.
I just want Bulk Bogan. Just bring me that. bring me that guy, and it's an instant buy for me.
Did I tell you back in the day? This is a long time ago. With AOL and everything, and then we got online with DSL and very very slow cable internet. But the WWE, I think they were kind of WWE. No, they were WWE at the time. People would share. That's when it started getting bad online for piracy of all like the pay-per-views. So you would have to change the name.
Bork Laser.
Bork Laser. We call Brock Lesnar. We call him Bork Laser. That's how you get around it.
And Chris Benoit was Crispin Wah. It was CRISPINWAH.
Dude, I don't like saying he was my favorite wrestler, but he was my favorite wrestler. But I don't like saying that, but he was. That's
how we get around it though. It's so stupid now I look back on it, but that's how because they would search for like all the names online and delete them or take the torrents down and stuff. And that's how we do it. When we talk about the people, everyone had code names. It was really funny. I guess that's it for tonight. It's gonna do it for tonight. Guys, we're gonna go around here, starting with is there anybody Sean or Evan or OJ that we could do a raid for to send everybody there?
Jay's playing. Sean?
Is he?
Jay Lapine?
Oh, is he? Okay, cool, we can do that. Let me go. Missclick, where can they find you? By the way, everyone's names and everything, channels are all in the description as well. Everybody, go ahead.
Yo guys, Missclick. You can find me on YouTube and on Twitch. Missclickgaming.com has got all the links for you, though, not to confuse you too much. I
just put your YouTube in the description.
Thanks. We're also 20, so that's awesome.
Okay. Oh, nice. You're almost 20,000 subscribers. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah. Good stuff. What about OJ? Where can they find you, man?
They can find me right here on YouTube, just PlayerEssence, to cover a lot of nerdy stuff, anime. I'm going to start doing a lot more anime stuff, Boruto and My Hero Academia. The video game is coming out, so we're going to be playing that a lot. A lot of cool stuff's coming up, RPGs, Japanese gaming, action games, stuff like that. Take a look at the channel. You already have it in the description, but I put it in the chat too, so check it out. You guys get an opportunity. And I've been having a lot of your users come over, so I wanted to say thank you. Appreciate that, John, for the opportunity and everything. A lot of people said, oh yeah, I came over from Spawn Wave, so shout outs, man. Thank you.
Good. And then we got Sean, of course. Sean, where can they find you?
You can find me at RGT85. I will be on vacation until Wednesday afternoon, I think. Yeah, that's when I get home. I will have a video talking about 10 of my favorite games because, I don't know, I just didn't feel like being super creative. That'll be up Monday, I think. And I think I'll have a video up tomorrow or Tuesday. I haven't really picked what day I want to upload it. So there will be shit on the channel, but yeah. And then Shining Resonance will be at the end of the week.
Very nice. And then we got Evan. Evan, people keep asking you about your artwork, so you might as well fill them in from now on about that too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll just link that. That's my Twitter. It's where I basically just post everything. But you can go to kimrichproject.com as well. That's the core website for all of it. And yeah, from there.
But you spell it weird though, right?
Yeah, it spells like the name I use in chat all the time. It's that exact name with a .com at the end of it.
But you spell with like a K, right?
Yeah, it's Russian.
Okay, gotcha. Is that Is that Jason's? Oh yeah, it is Jason. Okay, I got that. I got that. Cool. Yeah, check out Evan though. He does some good artwork though. You're starting to do some of the more known characters and stuff. So like that Spider-Man you showed us last week was pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
and then I got the new one now, but yeah, and then videos, of course. Watch Spawn Wave. I occasionally get to throw up a video there.
You have a Hand of Fate review going up on the 16th.
Yep, Hand of Fate's coming up. I did the fight stick earlier, the mixed box fight stick earlier. If anyone's interested in that, it's kind of a niche community within our own niche community. So.
Well, if you want to check out Hand of Fate too, Evan has a good review. It's like a 5 or 6 minute review, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I would check that one out too. And let me put Jason's channel in the chat so you can go bug Jason. Tell him you guys are over from Spawn Wave's channel and everything. Say hi, hit the like button on his channel. And I guess that's going to do it, guys. This was episode 67, right, Evan?
Yep.
Episode 67. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We'll be back next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We will be a month from now, August 11th, right, Sean?
Yes.
I'm going to start reminding people ahead of time. We're going to have a pre-recorded Spawncast that night, but it will go up at 9, only because Sean and I will be on the road to Long Island to attend a retro convention there. And apparently we're gonna have a panel, so that'll be fun. That'll go over well. So thanks everyone for joining us. It was a lot of fun. Go bother Jason, and we'll see you guys next weekend.